We will see. Time will tell, says Esteban Ocon. You better be worried about your wing level, chap. You don't see it's raining, Esteban. All of those with low downforce. Sometimes fortune favours the brave. But there are no fairy tales in Formula One. Esteban Ocon, low downforce wing. Spa-Francorchamps. You want to behave yourself. T-minus 24. Excuse me. It's the Red Bull. You know what I mean? You can never tell that I've been eating. Greetings, see me, you're a legend. Brett, Easy G, Brachiosaurus, Tony, David. We are all in the house ready for 44 laps of chaos. Chaos. Spa-Francorchamps. What do you mean? It's going to be chaos. It will be raining microclimates. Such a big track, 100 plus meters worth of elevation, meaning therefore it might be raining at the end of sector 1 and completely dry at the start of sector 3. What are you going to do here? It's a Jekyll and Hyde sort of track, but that's why you've got so many of them who just said, you know what, like Sir Lewis Hamilton sat this off. I'm going to break Parc Fermé. Sometimes you got to break Parc Fermé, right, and go into the bloody pits. It's Antonelli gone. I took a cheeky screenshot of all those who have broken Parc Fermé with a view to make sure that they can adjust for their setup and have themselves some bloody downforce to contend with a rain-strewn 44 laps worth of Spa-Francorchamps. Look at Lauren Mekies getting interviewed. It's weird, this, isn't it, chat? I make no apologies for saying this. An F1 grid, sans Christian Horner. Do not like, agree to disagree. So go on then, 3 pit lane starters today, says Chris Medland. Hamilton, Antonelli, Alonso. Do you know what I mean? It's going to get techie. Then techie things, Carlos Sainz too, add him to there. Because again, you're going to need some downforce. To finish first, one must first finish. Speaking of which, how's Lando Norris going to fare? Get your votes in on the right-hand side of your screen. Tell me who's going to go first through Lecombe. Not even the end of the first lap through Lecombe. I'm not sure we'll make it. I'm not sure that Oscar Piastri won't have vengeance, blood in his eyes, particularly given the circumstance as the past 2 Grand Prix, the British and Austrian uncharacteristic errors of the unforced variety from Oscar Piastri. He had the opportunity to seize victory from the jaws of defeat at turn 6 in Austria, but did one of these after you clawed Lando Norris. No, you can take these 25 points. What are we doing? Oscar Piastri, similar performance at the British Grand Prix. Again, he had victory here. It was here, but he seized defeat from the not insubstantial jaws of victory that day, deciding that it was the time for a brake test. What? What? Can you not do a cheeky risk to reward calculation, Oscar Piastri? Yeah, you need to brake, but that extent and aggressiveness of braking, behave yourself, Oscar Piastri. There is no need. What's going on, Max? We're good. We're out here. We're out here. Your boy's in fine form since I just ate. Just grabbed myself a cheeky Nando's, do you know what I mean? And a cheeky Red Bull to boot, to wash it down. Jenson Button on the grid. Nico Rosberg. Did you hear Nico Rosberg saying that this is the worst weekend of Lewis Hamilton's career? Oh, the humanity. What are we doing here, chat? It's chaotic. It is chaotic. Let me say this up front and centre. I am grateful ad infinitum in perpetuity in ways that words can't quite convey for each and every single one of you that turn up to each and every single one of these streams. My talking F1 in a way that's extemporaneous, calling Oscar Piastri a Kiwi. Noddy, holding my F1 feet to the F1 flame. 160 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash a like. We are T-minus 20 minutes away from a cheeky race start. Spa-Francorchamps, round 30, the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, the humanity. It's going to get techie. Crackosaurus, they've come for Lewis. I would argue that, listen, everything's not... You guys know me. Gotten a lot of heat from Colt LH for criticising Sir Lewis at the altar of his greatness erstwhile. I lived through 2018 and 2006 and 07. I saw Sir Lewis Hamilton in his pomp. So for me to do one of these and pretend like I'm an abbot of a reason and can't see the drop-off in real time, I would be doing you and me and we a disservice, and Sir Lewis a disservice. 12, this will be 13 podiums, 13 races even, should he not make podium. The longest streak in Sir Lewis Hamilton's career, GOAT settings, Mount Rushmore of F1. Son's a podium. That's chaos. There we go. Heikki Kovalainen standing alongside Yostradamus. Get a work. Put the microphone, Martin Brundle, in front of Yossi's face and ask him how he feels now that Christian Horner's... Huh. Yoss says they decided to change. What? Let's go, Nico Rosberg. Last thing you said, Horner. Nico said, last year you said, if Horner doesn't go, the team will implode. What are you saying now? He says, I'm always quiet. That's why you need Nico Rosberg on the grid to ask the proper questions, right? Strong, 10 toes down. Let's go, Nico Rosberg. Martin Brundle, you wouldn't have asked that question because you would have got sacked, mate. That's why Nico Rosberg has nothing to lose. Do you know what I mean? A renegade, a sellsword of an F1 pundit, and I like that. I can't say that I dislike that, if I'm being honest. Let's go, Nico. Start as we mean to go on. Good, sir. Let's go. You said Yostradamus. New contract with Cadillac Bottas. There's lots of rumours in this sport who responds. And again, the rumour most likely, the probability most likely as far as eventualities, Cadillac F1 driver pairing eventualities, is Valtteri Bottas and Checo Perez. Some say, gonna get a bit techie out here, mate. It's gonna get a bit techie. Go on then, make sure you cast your votes. Who's gonna lead at the end of lap 1? I should have put Lecombe instead of end of lap 1, but whatever. Let me cast my vote. I'm going Oscar Piastri every single day of the week. 34% of you say that Maximilian Verstappen from 4th on the grid, by the way, not even 3rd. He starts behind Charles Leclerc, aka modern day journalese, is going to lead lap. What I mean, geez. Yeah, you don't back against Max, is the truth. 254 of you voted. Cast your vote now if you haven't done so already. Miss RS in the house. Let's go. Nico staring in the... That's what we need, Miss RS. I'm sick and tired of the nonsense. Edgar, you're a legend. Thank you for becoming the latest Elated Pedal. And if you want to join the channel, there's a button at your screen, bottom left, that says join. Get yourself access to the Discord, using which we continue the mode of F1 discourse. So too, you'll get yourself a cheeky, colourful name and priority, therefore, in the chat, and access to a newsletter once a week. You guys are legends. Edgar, the latest and greatest. Michael, Yoss was put on the spot. I love that, Michael. What are we doing? Why? I don't know. Some people want to do the Abbott of Unreason thing and pretend that they're not interested in salacious gossip. Sometimes, for flip's sake, it is needed, right? As if Drive to Survive hasn't proven the modus operandi in F1 as at 2025. I mean, why are you glazing? Who's glazing? Is it glazing if it's true? Is it glazing if it's true? Can we all hit that like button? Yeah, do me a favour. If you like the stream, like the stream. Yeah, give that button some love. Music, you're a legend. Big up Edgar, absolutely, Jomo. And big up yourself, Jomo, moderator extraordinaire each and every single time. Big up all of the moderators who help the channel in ways. Looking at Stefano Di Micali in roles that they don't even know. Nico's a better troll than mine. But you need it, Parite. Like, you... Do you know what I mean? Is that Andy in the chat? You just need it. You need it. 2025 and attention dollars are thin on the ground. You're not going to intrigue me. Well, I'll go and watch TikTok or Instagram or doom scroll Twitter. You know what I mean? There's so many different... The competition for attention dollars in July of 2025 has never been more fervent, especially 18 to 35. That's the demographic that F1's so desperate to capture. Now, Drive to Survive sounds like it's done a good job. And the F1 movie, Brad Pitt's executive produced by Sir Lewis, that's done a brilliant job. But yet and still, for Pete's sake, it's constant. Get Nico Rosberg in there to stir the pot and ask some questions that matter. You know what I mean? A cheeky viral. Can you imagine? I tell you what, that's the new Brundle grid walk. It's Nico Rosberg. And I didn't realise who was going to be the success until now. Get Nico Rosberg a microphone and let him walk up and down the grid. That's so lovely. Look at Kimi Antonelli holding the umbrella of Lewis Hamilton. That's a picture for you, eh? You know what I mean? Master and student. It's a viral Time magazine worthy picture. Who's crashing first lap? Well, go straight away. Esteban Ocon with his low down forced wing. Do you know what I mean? Esteban Ocon pretending as if he's Max Verstappen. He will struggle in this. I was reading something where Max was talking about. Normally, you'd expect Max, the equaliser would be rain, right? Max is a Regenmeister, Sir Lewis is a Regenmeister, Lance Stroll, not quite Regenmeister levels, but nearly. T-minus 13 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky race start. However, you would argue, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Max Verstappen would be praying to the F1 gods for rain, monsoon conditions, because then that does one of these as far as his probability of winning a race round here. Oh, look at Anthony D talking about the visibility. Jeez, the visibility is chaos. Look at that. Danny Rick way back in the day. You can't even see. Visibility is poor. Mention no names. Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard around this track so many moons ago. Judea Crofty, by the way, said 39 years ago to the day. Alan Prost and KK Rosberg locked out the grid for the first time for McLaren. That's a good start, that. What's going on, Sedan? I hope you're good. Sedan, there, Sedan, you know what I mean? We're going in today. It's going to get to. I'm excited. Let's see the race start and then worry about who's crashing. I don't disagree. Challenge. It's going to get. Let me finish this Maximilian Verstappen quote. Max Verstappen said that it's not all upside in the rain, because McLaren have still got the double brake duct or whatever we're calling it. Still understand how to mitigate. You can't see in this. Look at this. Still understand how to mitigate for the rate at which their tyres deg. Now, inters and wets are the same, or almost that thesis, that narrative as far as McLaren degging their tyres less is exacerbated. So do one of these as far as your waterfall analysis. Convergence as far as Max, because he's a Regenmeister in the wet. So if McLaren are here and Max is here, does one of those, but then it does one of these because of the tyre deg story. It's exacerbated in the wet, say Pirelli and Maximilian Verstappen. I mean, but still, if it rains properly and it's changeable conditions, are you going to bet against Max Verstappen? Only an F1 moron would. Financial security and independences. What are we... Max, I did not see F2. I saw that they cancelled F3 though, by the way. See wet. Oh, the humanity. It's raining. Look, proper rain. T-minus 11 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky formation lap. You can ask whether there might be a delay. I think you might. I think they'll delay it. So safety conscious, are they? This race is interrupting my binge Untamed TV series. Untamed, is it good? I'll have to have a cheeky gander. There's so many TV series out here to watch at the moment. Hence, the battle for attention dollars is has never been more chaotic. Untamed, 7.2 out of 10. I might have I already see a delay. Tick short snaps. I don't disagree. Brisbane, let's go, David. What time is it over there then in Brisbane? Bloody Nora, mate. Midnight? 2 a.m? I used to work with an editor who, Central Coast. Let's go, Dean. Aussie. Oi. Lots of Aussies in the house. Let me say this as well, since we've got our Australian contingent. I apologise profusely. This is not a bit. This is not a bit even. This is me. How dare I confuse Oscar Piastri for a Kiwi? That's offensive. And I apologise to all the Aussies in now. Sometimes you got to eat some humble pie. Oscar Piastri walking to the... Craig Slater making the point. If it's a rolling start, Oscar Piastri... Oscar's so cool, isn't he? He just does not care. Walking to the grid as if he's walking towards his first driver championship in 2025. Intentionally. Deliberate settings. Coming up from 9 a.m. in Niagara. Jeez. You guys are the dedication, I'm telling you. 10:50 p.m. in Brisbane. Jeez. You guys, 11 p.m. Mate, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know. In the UK, us Poms like to moan. The couple of times a year when we got to wake up early at 4 a.m. to watch Suzuka or whatever, we feel so hard done by. I think God worse. I'm in the mood, Joe. I'm not pulling any punches today. You know what I mean? Andy of Lucky Sons tweeted out that I called Kimi Antonelli. If he was chicken, you would catch salmonella. He's too soon, he's too green, he's too undercooked, too unseasoned. Or that's how he's driving over the past 5 or 6 or 7. Falcon Gate 50. Jeez, 18 says error unknown. He's techie. I do support Max though. Dean. He's not a bad driver to support. I mean, I think Max Verstappen's going to be like Man United because you see his excellent sporting endeavour part excellence, I might add. So frequently, he's just going to gain a lot of fans. Where were we the other day? Was it Miami? There was somewhere where they were just cheering him, or maybe it was the British Grand Prix. There was a track where we were at, and they were cheering Max Verstappen when you wouldn't expect him to, because he's just been I mean, you know what I mean? He's the one that's going to keep the championship exciting, lest we want this to be the McLaren championships, and I don't want that. As long as he's used to it, can we hate it? But I know it's not acceptable, Luke. I can't. I'd love to make the excuse, but I should know better. Like that's not good. One so critical of muggles for making mistakes. Le Mans. And your boys out here calling Oscar a Kiwi. For those of you who are unacquainted, Kiwi is a colloquial term for those from New Zealand, not Australia. Oscar Piastri is Australian. And I referred in the heat of the moment to Oscar Piastri as a Kiwi, offending millions and millions of Australians and Kiwis all around the world. Max has nothing to lose anymore, only to win. Actually, so go on then. There was I read something about this on Reddit, that Felipe Nasser in 2015, by securing points in the championship, then jeopardised his drive for 2017 when Mana, I can't remember the name of the teams. Basically, the only reason why I say that is to say this, that George Russell might be in a similar position, right? And if word on the F1 Kirby's to be believed, everybody's now saying that Max needs to be in 4th or lower as at the end of the Hungarian Grand Prix, if indeed he's to null and void his contracts at the auto performance clauses. Take that for whatever you will. Antipodean, it's a good word, that, David. It's a good word. If I understand Antipodean, it's a word that encompasses the oceanic region, is it not? Australasia. Nicole is a boss. Nico, yeah. I don't hate it. That was the question that needed to be asked, though, Sheldon. It didn't seem like Martin was going to ask it. Martin was dancing around it. No, ask the bloody question. Stop being silly. Let's go. What do you think now? You said that the team would implode. What say you now, Yostradamus? In fact, you borderline predicted this. Everybody, welcome to the Cameron CC Watch Along. You're a legend, Joe. Proper legend. Australia and New Zealand brotherhood since Anzac Legends. We adopted each other, so it's so good. There is a rivalry there, though. There is a rivalry of the rugby variety, principally. Here we go. This is a decent build-up, eh? T minus 5 minutes. Let's get ourselves some metrics on the go. Long overdue, Cameron. Let's get it sorted, eh? Oscar Piastri will be begging. Don't do a rolling start around here, but they're going to. Green sauce. Green sauce in your pants. Great name. Thank you for becoming the latest member of the Cameron CC channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I make no apologies for labouring this point. This channel, this community that you, me, and we are building thrives, drives, and survives by dint of you guys turning up each and every single time and contributing to the conversation. It's modes of discourse. We won't always agree. In fact, I demand that we disagree sometimes. It wouldn't be interesting. Do you know what I mean? All this consensus stuff that the old world. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore. Chat, it's long. It's boring. It's tiring. Do you know what I mean? More drive to survive. More new media. More attention dollars. Do you know what I mean? It can't just be, yes, no. going through Sandoval. It's no, it's long. I'm tired. Same old, same old. Have they changed up the theme tune without telling anybody? I disagree vehemently with this, F1. Disagree. Not to be an old fogey and you know what I mean? I disagree, Easy G. You got to give me more warning than that. Do you know what I mean? I'm expecting something. There is a cadence. Look at them playing the end of the theme tune now as we start to introduce the track circumstance. It's a different song. It doesn't blend. Do you know what I mean? That's a bad mix from a DJ. It's round 13, Spa-Francorchamps, the Belgian Grand Prix. 100 and something meters elevation, 7 kilometers is your track distance, 360 kilometers maximum velocity, 1 minute 40.510 is your track record, 44 laps, 144.701 is your track record in race. C1, C3, C4. They've skipped out one, haven't they? Skipped out one with a view to induce more interesting racing, more interesting strategies, and more variables over which the teams and drivers need to overcome. The Mexican theme is their best F1 music. Wish they had it in Spotify. You'll be able to get it to, mate. I hated it when they got rid of the chase. Oh my gosh, Clive, don't even do it. Don't even do it. Fleetwood Mac. Goosebumps just thinking about it. Go on then. Alonso, Antonelli pit lane bound. Sainz, Lewis Hamilton will also start from the pit lane. I think that might prove smart. F1 movie theme is the only good thing that came. Everybody's got, it's a mixed bag, you know. People are saying different things about the F1 movie. Some say that the official soundtrack did not slap. Become a member and hit that commit. By the way, more warning than you're getting. I know, Z. I am old. Old as the hills, your boy Cameron. Do you know what I mean? Look at this. Grey of beard, receding of hair. It's purple sectors here. It's yellow sectors and DNSs here for me at the moment. That's why your boy's got too much shame. Hiding it all with that. We are T-minus 2 minutes away from a cheeky formation lap and potentially a safety car start because they're so scared of mishaps and allowing the best 20 drivers in the world to show that they are the best 20 drivers in the world. Now, I know F1 can't be too safe. I get people will... Do you know what I mean? I don't want to even talk about the eventualities. Motorsport is dangerous. But bloody no, we'll let them show and prove sometimes. You know, internal gyroscope settings. Sometimes. Right, let's go. It is wet, says David Croft. True. Right, here we go. Let's go. 307 of you in the chat concurrently, and I'm grateful ad infinitum to each and every single one of you. I make no apology for labouring that point. I can't. It would be disingenuous of me to do so. Right, let's get ourselves some. So Max Verstappen has changed his power unit and put in a previously used one. Hence why he doesn't have to take himself a cheeky penalty formation lap behind the safety car. Says Max, oh, the humanity. Kiss cam. Toto and Max. They will be caught in each other. Eminem, lose yourself. Oh, that wouldn't be a bad soundtrack. That wouldn't be a bad soundtrack. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. Wet were a group, were they not, James? Martin somebody was the lead singer. Lando needs to do it for the people fighting for their lives in this chat against the hey, let's go, Easy G. You know what? Lando's not a bad peddler, Easy G. Again, he's put it. Did you see his reaction, by the way? There was an interviewer that tried to dupe him into being negative. It's like, Lando, how do you feel? Came the question. I know he did really well. Are you happy to be on pole? He says, yep, really happy to be on pole. Full stop, new paragraph. He says, but I know how you are, Lando. You're normally a bit negative. Don't you think, oh, SH1T, I could... And Lando was like, no, I feel happy to be on pole. He's not. What's going on, Coyote? Legend. Good morning. Good afternoon. Soon forward, Coyote. It's gonna get chaotic around here. Yeah, Lando was like, no, I'm not engaging in a negative. There's nothing to be negative about. Brackets unsaid, massive attack. Which one though, Manj? Massive attack would be brilliant. It's a very good shout, Manj. But which one though? So Russell, come on, take the win. But problem is, Tony, George is one of those ones who's got a low downforce setup. And it's rain where you need high downforce to keep you on track. Do you know what I mean? George is going to have to, but he's going to have to earn his corn today. Earn his beer because he's got a low downforce wing on there. That's why he's so, do you remember George? Every single time, George would go on, and your previous winners, Hamilton 24, 23, 22, 21, Max, and then 2020, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen sandwich, if ever I've seen. So the problem for George is that you'll recall, for the discerning eye amongst you, that George was like purple in sector 1 and purple in sector 3, but then he'd lose a second to the race lead or the session lead in sector 2. Why? Because he'd sacrificed downforce at the ultimate of maximal velocity in sector 1 and sector 3. Remember, this is a Jekyll and Hyde type track. Sector 1, sector 3, drag strips. Sector 2 is very technical. It's got lots of short radius type turns, medium low speed, well, medium high speed, but you need downforce right suspended. Oh gosh, there you go, red flag. Crying out loud. Come on. Come on, F1. What are we doing here? We want to see some racing is what I want to see. We do one of these. Fudge cake. I disagree. Red flag circumstance. So we'll pause. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. That's true. It's a good shout from Crofty. If Lando's saying that he can't see and he's on pole, then what are we doing? We have a red flag, spies unwatchable. I won't behave yourself, PF. It'll be engaging in that extent of blasphemy so early on in the stream. Crackosaurus visibility is weighted. I agree. Didn't they? Hang on. Colour me stupid here. Didn't the FI say they were doing all of these different rules and regs in ground effect to make sure that in the wet visibility would increase because of the way the wheels and the way the aero works, that you would get this outwash effect? Am I being stupid? Am I Mr. Teardrop? That's the one, Manj. That's the one. Teardrop would do it. That's the one. Very, very good shout. Go on, let me know in the chat, since we're riffing, which tune you'd like to hear. Which tune would get you the most amped before an F1 race? Heidi, Test, you're a legend. Too kind as always, Heidi. Tony, let's go. FI is stupid, let them race. Makes no sense. Give them 5 laps behind the safety car to dry the track. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. Safety does come first, 100%. When he talked to a friend of the channel, Peter Windsor, about that. Been to too many funerals. Been to far too many funerals of young drivers. So you can never make it too safe. Although your boy Cameron over here was one of the ones to argue against Halo. Look how many lives the Halo has saved since Woke F1, says Ricardo. Oh, the humanity. Oh, yeah, I remember that, what happened with the concept. Are we not men? Are we not racing drivers? What is this red flag blasphemy? Let's go then. Heavy drums. Luke says AC/DC Thunderstruck. I don't hate that. Not a big heavy metal man, to be fair, but I don't hate that tune in particular. What a farce, says Clive. QF1 outrage. How very dare they consider safety? Do you know what I mean? Go out there and risk your lives for my own entertainment from the comfort of my own home. My armchair and my pipe and my slippers. I can understand safety and security, but this is just too boring. They're extra cautious at spot. Yeah. Given, I mean, you all remember the fact that, you remember Lando's crash, I want to say a couple of years ago in qualifying. Seb was like red flag, and they hesitated. And then Lando had a big incident up the very dangerous Eau Rouge Radillon sector. That's where Radillon, it's always Radillon. Because if something happens at Radillon, there's always going to be the car will be out on track, and if there's cars oncoming, how are they going to get out the way of the car that's... So George Russell at Australia incident last year, he's in the middle of the track, beached, and you've got cars coming on, and that's how That's how you have serious incidents. Trivia time, Cameron CC. Who is the only driver to win a Formula One championship without ever winning a single Grand Prix in the same season? I think I know that, Joe. It's a good question, though. Less safety kills drive. 100% is true. TWM. Max would have been for attempted murder if it wasn't for the Halo 2021. I don't know about attempted murder. I don't think he ended. I don't think, much like Silverstone, I don't think either one of Max or Lewis wanted for that to happen. Sack off the Halo, race in the rain. Oh, Luke, you're a diehard. They do like a bit of Lando, don't they, Surf Source? It's extremely dangerous. Track in the rain. I get the red flag. We don't need a no. 100% Heidi. I agree with you. You've said it there. JJB Gaming disagrees. Woke nonsense. They should honour Ozzy Osbourne. Edgar says. Rosberg 82. KK. I think you might be onto something there, Luke. I think you might be onto something there, mate. I'll leave Jomo too. If it was a great question, though, Jomo. Jomo with the God tier F1 trivia. Lando question. Is it visibility or standing water visibility? Standing water is not too bad, says Lando Norris. I think the question, Jackson, is one of visibility. Okay, so the 2 hour time, the 2 hour timer, Crofty says, will start to tick down. But it hasn't, though, has it? It hasn't. Crofty, what are you talking about, sir? Red Bull are a clown show without Horner. Let's see. You're judging me in long form, right? Isaac literally took Kimi out last race because he didn't see. Yeah, Kayori, good shout, to be fair. It's dangerous, like Michael Jackson. Do you know what I mean? R.I.P. Antoine Hubert, 31st of August 2019. Never more apropos a thing has been said. Heidi, very well said. I've watched many races in worse conditions. Touche, Clive, but I mean, this is Spa. Wise bro sucking on the can. The aero, do you want me to let you into... Right, I'll let you into a cheeky secret. Today, I'm not sucking on the can. I was yesterday. The aero, I'm weird like that. Here's what happened. I went to grammar school and we weren't allowed to take drinks into class. So what we used to do is crack the can to where it wasn't split. There's a hole in there now. I haven't done it properly. I tried to, but it didn't work. So we'd crack the can so we could smuggle it in our blazer pocket. So strict was our school. So you're right, Diero, but wrong timing. Can't fix stupid, unfortunately, and democracy allows stupid to get voted in. Oh, the humanity, Crackosaurus. If you take it that Max is a joke, it's clear you know nothing, but you'll know Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Cameron Mrs. Horner. So go on then, Luke. To that point, I put out a tweet saying something like this over the past 24 hours. I miss Horner there. I said it. I miss Horner. I just miss Horner. I'm bored by Lauren Meckies. He's just one of many. Do you know what I mean? Common amongst uncommon men. Says the same thing that everybody else is saying, just like a Zach Brown. Christian Horner was different. I don't care. If I could get Christian Horner on a podcast, watch. Watch the chaos. FIA just lacks merit. Time to replace them 100%. Getting too much bloody money, aren't they, though? Apparently, MBS is to be commended for the fact that he's now turning a profit at the FIA. I thought that they are a regulatory body, not a financial services company. What are we talking about here? Breaking Cameron CC. Oh, my God, money shot. I cannot. Money shot, that's outrageous. Dangerous, not going to lie. Oh, my God, visibility is insane. Maybe F1 should allow LiDAR thermal imagery to improve visibility. Don't disagree. Then you make the cars heavier and slower, and everybody's already arguing about that. You need to make the cars lighter and quicker, blah, blah, blah. Daniel, absolute goated. Too generous out here, gifting 20 times memberships. What are we doing here? Thank you, mate. Your words cannot convey the level of gratitude I have for you guys, not least of whom Daniel and John and Crackosaurus out here backing the channel in ways that are beyond my very limited verbiage. And if you're just joining, get yourself over to the community tab shortly after this stream and get yourself over to the Discord. There is a link to the Discord that only members can join on the community tab. Get yourself over there if you're that way inclined. We're going to start to do, I need to start doing these live chats on the Discord. Just 30 to 60 minutes where we're just talking, do you know what I mean? A bit less hyped up and more chilled, but talking about F1 and life and whatever else. Just let them race, says music is life. Welcome, Christian and Ashmal, King, Afro, Double S, The Flame, Goodfella, Mr. S. Let's go. Get yourself over to the Discord and continue the conversation. And also, once you become a member, you'll get priority in the chat when it gets a bit techier than techie things over here. Cheeky, colourful name, access to some cheeky emojis, which I know need to be updated. Where's Umarch, by the way? Umarch, if you're watching, chap, I hope you're well. I haven't seen you in ages. I know your job's chaos as a clinician, so, but I hope you're doing well, chap. Red flag seems a bit overkill. Coyote, my man. Daniel Legend. Safak in the house. Let's be nice sometimes. I'm going to start to leverage agree to disagree more. I think that's a brilliant phrase. Agree to disagree. You know what I mean? At least 30 minutes. I think so as well, Coyote. We're riffing. We're chilling out. Why doesn't the FI have 20 cars now driving the circuit to drive? It's a good shout. Infrastructure, cost, financial resource. Do you know what I mean? The more money that you put in your operating cost line, the less money that you get out of your EBITDA line, operating profit after costs. Dutch Flowers scream. Welcome, guys and ladies. You're a legend, Daniel. I appreciate you so massively. We're going to have to get on the Discord. I'm telling you, we've got the voice channel ready to go now. So at some point, we're going to have to start scheduling cheeky Discord only, elite peddler only catch-ups. I hate that phrase. Do you hate it, Coyote? Why? Do tell. Say more, Coyote, since we've got more rain in 4 minutes, and it's going to be one of those, isn't it, chat? We're going to be going back and forth about nonsense for more than 30 minutes, methinks. But we can do that. We can manage. Your boy can riff for a little bit. Cameron talking for England, setting world records. Wow, Luke. Luke says Lando's mum seems a poor trade for Jerry Horner. I can neither confirm nor deny. We can have different opinions. What's Max saying? We can have different opinions and all still be friends. I agree. Yeah, that's a good shout. Just disagree. I'm not agreeing to placate anyone. Jeez, Coyote. Tell him the car. Lord God of Coyote, you're not easy again. At all. I like agree to disagree. I saw Jimmy Carr use it on Kill Tony when they're like riffing and do you know what I mean? They have amateur comedians come up. And one guy said, I'm the best comedian. And he was, oh no, he didn't say he's the best comedian. He said something else that was a bit more derogatory. And Jimmy Carr just said, agree to disagree. Do you know what I mean? No, Jerry slander. I know, I agree with you, Heidi. That was nasty work there. The Jerry Horner, Gete. Max is the best. You're a legend. You're the best, Gete, and far too generous. He's not a bad peddler, this Max chap. Gete. Look, to save a dying puppy. Since we're Gete's triggered the Max Verstappen glaze clause. In this type of, if they were racing now, say they'd gone, and you had to put all your chips on one driver to navigate for the rain and the wet and the monsoon conditions, Which driver are you choosing? Max Verstappen every time, or Lewis Hamilton if he had a car and was in good form. No, couldn't about the backside. I think I'm calling bollocks if it is a fair term. Good fun. You guys are in fine fun. By the way, Gete, you're far too generous. I appreciate each and every single time. You can see where Lando got it from, says Edgar. I think call him, but now go on. Let me talk about Matt's very. Did you guys see? I'll bring it up tonight, 8 p.m. stream, if it's still relevant at that juncture. But on the Sky Sports Italia, like as they were calling the sprint race, they were just like, Max has got that. Like, do you know what I mean? He's inevitable. He's metronomic in terms of his performance. He's cut from their cloth. Lewis back in the day in his prime. Ayrton Senna, Jim Clark, Alain Prost. He's cut from their cloth. Like, he just, I don't know. Rare are the mistakes. I think every time Max Verstappen makes a mistake, we should enjoy it because it's so rare. Do you know what I mean? Just like they asked him to put in 12 qualifying laps or 15 qualifying laps yesterday, just like they used to ask Michael Schumacher. Do you remember Ross Brawn used to say, we need 25 laps, Michael, qualifying ones, and Michael would just say copy and just smash them out, pit, come out and maintain track position. He's Michael Diero. You're a legend. I appreciate you joining the channel. Getting loads of elated peddler. Yeah, it's about time. We are gonna have to schedule. If you're a brand new member of the channel, elated peddler, get yourself over to the community tab. Click the Discord link. Get yourself in there, and there's a voice channel. And we're gonna talk in there at some point this week. It has to be done. It's literally not even raining. I don't know about all that, Jeff. Through what lens are you viewing Spa? Chiba, if your opinions aren't changing, it's already mutually understood. We're not agree. We just disagree, plain and simple. I hear you, Kyrie. I hear you. We don't need to agree to disagree. Sometimes you can just disagree. Hey, Max is the best. Get and legend set 100%. I mean, he's good. He's not bad. He's not bad at all, that Max fella. Some of them things that he's been doing this year. I mean, yeah, we're welcome, says Kyo. And all the comments, my dudes, reads the sucking cunt on. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's chaos. The bio rules won't apply today. I wouldn't be shocked if they take out one another today. It's going to happen at some point, Jix. It's a matter of when and not if. I hope it doesn't happen today, though, especially not around Radillon and Eau Rouge. But I mean, I don't think Oscar will be looking to lose this race today. He just won't. Given what's happened, I mean, momentum's a real thing in Formula One, and it feels like Lando all of a sudden, by dint of the pole and the wins over the previous two Grand Prix, he's grabbed the momentum by the neck. Jix are too kind as always, mate. It feels like Lando's doing one of these all of a sudden. And now Oscar, mistakes are seeping into his repertoire when they hadn't done since Australia. Did you see Kimi Antonelli crying as well, by the way, chap? My heart bleeds for the fella. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing to be a fast racing driver. The pressure looks like, look at him. Look at his face. He looks like he doesn't even want the camera in his face. That's to let him go. Have you guys said, let me ask you about this actually. I would love to see it, says Jigsaw. Or says Chiba to Jigsaw. These interviewers, Umanch. Here he is. Umanch, you're a legend, chap. Don't be daft, Umanch. Life takes over, do you know what I mean? But I hadn't seen you around for a while. That's why I put out the call sign. No, you're a legend, Umanch. Listen. Not too many of us are fit and capable, fit for purpose, intellectual mind sufficient to be clinicians. I'll tell you that much. My grades weren't bad, but they weren't clinician level good. Do you know what I mean? Speak to Shez and you see that there is intellect and there is intellect. Kimmy, don't cry. Did you see him crying? We won't race until 4 p.m. 40 minutes from now. What do we do? Come on. So this is a problem, chat. You forgot. Did you say easy? Go on, let me talk to this now. Alonso looks like he wants to go for a cheeky cat nap. So Kimi Antonelli's been struggling, right? And he said at the moment it's a bit much for him. After the chaos that was qualifying, again, doesn't escape Q1. He gave an interview, and you can see as he was he didn't hide it. Fair play. Grown men do cry sometimes. You've seen me cry. Lewis Hamilton, 2024 Silverstone. Mention no names, but Kimi was doing one of these. Should I try? I'll try and let me see if I can get it. Right. Let me see if I can. You can see he's got the tissue in his hands and he's wiping his eyes. Maybe he's just got hay fever. I don't know, chat. Let me, oh no, let's not do that. Right. Let me try and show you this Kimi whilst we're riffing. Okay, here we go. We'll show you this. I'm not going to show you the video because I don't want to get in trouble with the tube that you use. But have a look at this chat. He's just about to give the interview, and this is what happens. You can kind of see him. He's like he's not loving it. You see him? Tell me that's not tears, chat. He was crying, wasn't it? Now listen, let me not condemn a grown man for crying, because sometimes some will say that that's a sign of strength, the woke mafia. But like, I don't hate the fact that he's crying, but that's emblematic of where he is, right? Like it's not easy, this F1 game. It's not easy. Bless him. I hope he recovers, mate. I hope he recovers, because he's a good driver, that chap. He's a good driver. He's a good. Oh, that F1. I just understood. So Baxi just sent me a message. That intro was from the F1 movie. I haven't seen the F1 movie, so I wouldn't know, chat. I'm sorry. They used the F1 movie intro. It's going gangbusters, though, the F1 movie. 450 million at the box office. Set to be potentially Brad Pitt's highest grossing movie ever, or at least since World War Z. Maybe. Too much. I miss you guys. Coyote, Z, Daniel, Max, Outlaw, Chiba. I missed you guys so much, and we are so back. Spa, Rain, Max to Class. I agree with every single one of the aforementioned. Much is going to get techie. Let me have a look at Andrew. It's okay to kind. No one should care. It's also okay to acknowledge that Lando's on pole, and almost all of you were wrong. Andrew, I listen. I don't bat 1,000. I try. I make every endeavour, best efforts to. But I did not think that Lando was going to drop it on pole. I just didn't think. This is Oscar's track, right? His favourite one. But he made a mistake, is the issue. Another one, Australia, British Grand Prix. Not that it's a habit. And he's not making yeet it into the barrier mistakes like Lando did in Saudi Arabia. But they accumulate, don't they? These mistakes, if you're Oscar Piastri, and before you know it's race 24 and Lando Norris is about to win his world championship and not you. So no, put some respect on Lando's name. Do you know what I mean? But like he's nailed it. Not a bad lap. And what's more is that normally when Lando drops it on pole, he's dominant all FP1, FP2. He's the quickest throughout, and then do you know what I mean? This time, OJP had the upper hand, and Lando had to go away and turn something around overnight. Props to the chap. I rate it. It feels like Lando's gone away and he's invested. It feels like he's listened to friend of the channel, Peter D. Windsor, right? Let's sack off all. Didn't he divest out of Quadrant as well? Sack off all the social media stuff. It feels like he's listening to Nico Rosberg as well. Sack it off. Let's dial in on the things that matter. concentrate on the things that we have control over, ignore the things over which we have none. Props to Lando. Oh, I got to give it to him. He's never wanted for speed, but it's always been about execution and mental fortitude. I tell you, the next challenge for Lando and Norris: can you get through to Lake Home? Can you get through to can you get through Lacombe? I always pronounce that wrong. Lacombe. Can you get through Lacombe? The first couple of turns, set to one with your nose in front, because lest we forget, Lando's issue last year was that he couldn't consolidate for a P1, especially with bloody fire-breathing dragons Oscar, Charles, and Max behind him in the wet. It's going to get chaotic. He's going to need to be on the money, on his marbles. There is no playing your way into the crease around here. He's just got to be on. Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing. Execution and consolidating for a lead off the start. He'll be all right, Lando. He's not a bad peddler, despite all your boys blaspheming. I don't mind a bit of Lando Norris criticism, I'll be honest. But he's not. I will always say, I mean, truth, value, objectivity, won't sacrifice each of those at the altar of any cognitive dissonance. I can't do one of these when Lando goes on sick. When he's brilliant, I will say, just as he was at Zandvoort and Singapore, Zandvoort in particular last year, right? I remember, and Abu Dhabi, when he's ready and had his Weetabix, he's very, very good. Is Lando? Why is Lando's mum more on? I don't know. I don't know why they keep putting Lando's mum on TV. I don't know. Maybe it's her positive counter. I don't know. In much Norris visibility 2 port. Yeah, he said. Max, nah, man. The race director and marshals are too conscious while starting P4 levels. I think Maximilian Verstappen understands that the wetter it is when they start, the more chance he has of coming through the field, right? Just as he did Suzuka 22. I always forget Suzuka 22, 23. Round the outside to Trailer Park. Goals go round the outside of Charles Leclerc at the airport, so won't be able to watch live. Caroline, you're a legend, and travel safe, Caroline. Hopefully it's an exciting spa. Grassy laughing at the delay nonsense in the garage. Easy G says, if he does it, you guys will all have to 100%. I'll have to eat some. I will have to hold some corn. Easy G. I'll have to eat some crow. I'll lean into it as well. Do you know what I mean? No one bats 1,000. Like Piastri's mum is also 100%. That Gasly is the first to agree with this reference. Oh yeah, true, Kaiori, very true. Oh right. Suzuka 2022. It was, wasn't it? Chaos, that. Full tank of fuel round the outside turn one. As if, yeah, just nothing. Do you know what I mean? he does that. He does that in F1. This chap, yeah, he's not bad, this match chap. He makes the impossible look borderline routine. Round the outside of Charles Leclerc in the wet. Full tank of fuel. Huh. Jamie says this isn't a sport, this is a show. Oscar's mum is a legend. When has F1 not been a show? The line that delineates, if I can get my words out, the line that delineates, why is that such a tongue twister, between sport and sports entertainment has always been a dotted one at best. They go back and forth. Drive to Survive shows you right. You got to make money. Martin Brundle says it's best. If there's no money in F1, there is no F1. And you've got to cultivate attention dollars. How you do that is another question, right? How much you lean into sports entertainment as versus purist sport is a different conversation. It's a difference in extents and that kinds. The other Max's mum is great too, and a racer. Should have been an F1 racer, Daniel. If at the time the weird and wacky world of motorsport wasn't so bloody misogynistic, Sophie would have been an F1. She by all accounts, she had all the ability to be an F1 driver. All. But F1 wasn't ready. Sadly. Too regressive in terms of its attitude. towards women drivers as standard. You probably could argue that today. 526 of you in the chat concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. Crackosaurus, you're a legend. I think they should cancel the race. Behave yourself. These cars simply aren't suitable for racing in these conditions. It's not worth it. Jeez, Crackosaurus. No. So I hear you, Crackosaurus. But let's rewind back to... I don't want to talk about 1994 and San Marino, Tamburello, Ayrton Senna. But you understand, not before a race, but you understand the insinuation, right? They would never cancel the race. You'll get a few laps at the very least. They can't cancel the race. They just can't. They won't. There's too many bloody lights. You know what I mean? As aforementioned, financial resources has always been a thing in Formula One. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken Ayrton Senna's body, lifeless body, away from the San Marino track so that they could carry on racing. Had Senna, because Senna did pass away at the track, he was dead on impact. And when that happens, you've got to cancel the race. But they airlifted him away as if he weren't passed, as if there were a chance of saving Ayrton to ensure that the race didn't get cancelled. They will race. Spa-Francorchamps, they will do something, I promise you. It's ridiculous they don't simply start. Formula One ain't what it used to be. Cars are much safer. Formula One is entertainment. It's techie, this. It is techie. It's a fine line, and they need to be very careful as they traverse it, I think. As soon as I see rain, I think Interlagos. Can't think why. Cough for Staffen. There was a bit of haze there too, I believe. Or is this the wrong type of rain? It's a good point, John. It's that shot, isn't it, where the camera's like above the track and it's misty. That looks like the very contoured landscape that we so associate with Interlagos. It's reminiscent of. I agree with you, John. I do agree with you. It's what's Ron said. Best race last year was in. It wasn't a bad race, Ron. To be fair, I mean, take Max Verstappen out of that race. Then tell me, is it the best race then? No, those guys can't even. They struggled, but again, that's how you get to see what greatness looks like by contrast. You know what I mean? Sweet, you can't deduce what sweet tastes like without sour. Valtteri Bottas having a word with Kimi Antonelli. Kimi Antonelli doesn't look like he wants this, you know. I think Kimi Antonelli needed himself a dry race. Do you know what I mean? Non-controversial, just a quiet weekend. This is a problem for Kimi Antonelli here. I don't think he likes the way. And on Prost settings, Ollie Behrman looks up for it though. Look at that. He's onto it. More rain. Looking for a 5-lap safety car fast to get. Oh, Roy, don't say it. Happened a couple seasons back, didn't it? Just like this. Jomo, you're a legend. Packing for my 1-month trip to LA, Vegas, Arizona, and oh, behave yourself, Jomo. Not jealous at all, mate. LA, Vegas, Arizona, and Hawaii. Oh, from gloomy London. Have a fiver for this marathon live. You're hosting for us. No, you're a legend, Joe, man. I appreciate everything that you do for the channel, chat. Moderator, purple set to mod. The one that they call Jomo. $1 billion industry that does not operate when it rains. It's a bit techie, isn't it? It is a bit techie. Vegas is awesome. You'll have a good time, says Dean Umanch. Race, budging, cars. I don't hate it too much, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Imagine they start and then we have a mega accident going through Radidon. Then what, Umanch? Then we'll have to call you into action, sir, and we don't want that. Not on a Sunday. What island I used to live on? Oahu. Enunciation evades me. F1 is a clown show, Alex. Oh, the humanity. I just don't want to see at Kayori danger. Absolute danger of the unbridled variety. They're all getting coffees. Don't know that. Those coffees do not look nice at all. You may as well just drink the milk traps. Probably nicer. Gambling time. I went to that. You know what, Joe? I'm not even going to tell you about my Vegas experience. Cup of tea in Red Bull Garage. That cup of tea just did not look. I nearly threw up in my mouth looking at whatever tea they're drinking. Go on, and we've got a couple of minutes away. For those of you who are just joining, we have ourselves an aborted race start. Too much rain on track, just like we had, I want to say 2023. That's the drivers. Here's where you understand how much personality Crofty and Brundle really have, right? When they've got to riff and talk about some things. Talk about some actual life, do you know what I mean? Not just racing, riff a little bit and keep us entertained. My son plays HS baseball with the LHP John Patrick. See as a starter. He's a starter for the A's and a really great kid. Love that, Macon. Love that. I need to get more into baseball. I know I always quote Mendoza and bat 1,000, but I know nothing. I know nothing. That's me stealing from another podcast. Performance enhancing tea. This is a timer for why we can take a tea. Very good. Maybe hit one. Z, casual hot drink. Someone has a chaos sign, Cameron. Chaos. Let's go, Luke. I missed it. Chaos. Somebody needs to owe the humanity sign. I think I'd cry. Somebody had owe the humanity and got that on Sky Sports F1. Mate. Let's lose my mind. End the stream. Close the channel. No further questions. You run a full stop new paragraph. I should somebody authority to check the track. He'd just open it up, wouldn't he, Flavio. They should race bloody no. I don't hate it, Tony. I don't hate it. But I don't want to be too entitled in this. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be like... Somebody asked me for a t-shirt. He's coming, Edgar, I promise you. Somebody asked me for timestamps. They were like, Cameron, you're so lazy. The timestamps only take 5 minutes. So I'm like, are you having that day as well? It's like, are you having an absolute joke? I'm a father. Not to moan, because you got to try and make it look as seamless and frictionless as possible. That's half the joy, right? But that day in particular was so chaos, trying to edit a Windsor interview, trying to juggle an accounting. It was chaos. Trying to, how do you like your F1? Said Joe. Oh, Cameron, it's only 5 minutes. You're so lazy. Can you put the time? I know the timestamps. What in the next 12 months there will be timestamps on everything, but I need to get my house in order, quite literally. Oh, Cameron, there's such a lazy content creator. The timestamps only take 5 minutes. Well, you do them then. You absolute clown. Honestly, that really got on my nerves. I know the timestamps will add a lot, because sometimes the ramblings are a bit too much. But I know, Max, I get it. Like I've got the technique, but sometimes when your cup is overflowed, the extra 5 minutes is when it starts to spill out. It's like the entitlement of this person. Unbelievable. Where's 987 anyway? So they can rile me up and get me to go scorched earth. There is AI that will put timestamps in your videos. Is it really, Siegin? Do share. I was using ChatGPT to do it, and then it was literally an extra 5 minutes, but it's long. The extra 5 minutes after talking for 60 minutes, and even now as I stream, I'm concerned about the work that I haven't done that needs to get done for tomorrow. Soon. 15 to 20 minutes. I want to eat some chicken. I've got Nando's. Permission to eat on the stream, chat. Is that rogue? The times that Turtle, in that instance, you'll see them start to pop up. When I've got an extra 5 minutes spare, I'll put them on there. But that day was like, I was trying to get the Windsor video out, and it was just long, and editing it just took it was just long. So long that day. I had a gazillion different plates to spear. There was like, oh God. And then I got that message saying, oh, Cameron, you're such a lazy content creator. The timestamps only take an additional 5 minutes. I do 3 videos a day and stream every single session. Like, if I had blood, a pound of flesh to give to you, I would give it to Macon. Shall I eat? Food SMR. Go on then. Bear with. I'm going to can be the one chatting to Sky Sports F1. Incoming milk carton settings. Just Red Bull. Get my grub on. Bear with then, chat. I'm going to, with your permission, I know it's very rude. I'll mute whilst I'm chomping. Let me do one of these. Bear with. First world content. Maxi Cracker.
The car quick enough, but if you look at Silverstone, on Sunday, last race, we had everything in our hand to, let's say, go across the podium, but we just simply didn't execute it. So again, as a team, we need to be more mature, communicate better, work together better. So it's never really one thing we need to focus on. We just need to be looking at multiple things, then pick priorities. What's the most sensitive thing we need to focus on, then pick two or three battles, then focus on that, then keep moving on.
And every point precious now. RB on 37 points, Aston Martin on 36, you on 35. God, it's tight down there.
Oh yeah, exactly. This is why, the mistakes like Silverstone hurts a lot. So we are really keen to, get best out of it and score points in the sprint, which we did. Qualifying yesterday, we didn't maximize it again, but today, again, we just got to be on it, got to do our best and score some points today.
Ayo, we don't have any information up here. That formation lap, does that start the 3-hour clock, the overall 3-hour clock, or is that yet to go start?
No, 3 hours clock's already started, so we are now 43 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thanks ever so much, Ayo. Cheers for your company this afternoon. I'm sure you've got a lot to be getting on with, and hopefully we'll get back to you very soon.
So that means we're 17 minutes away from the 2 hours of the race available to start counting down. But of course, it's a fast race here, even in the rain, relatively speaking. So we need to get underway, otherwise we're going to start clipping laps off the end of the race.
Absolutely. And Ted, down to you.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you, Crofty. Yes, where it's still raining steadily.
That's not good. Oh, dear me, I apologise. Chat. Clicked the wrong thing. Moderators, yeah, family moderators are giving me a hard time. Yeah, whatever, dude. Apologies, chat. Sky audio overpowering. Hopefully it's back fixed now. Hopefully. You can still hear Sky TV. Not anymore, hopefully. We're getting Sky. Oh, shoot. Sky's still on. Say it. No way. Bang. Thank you, chat. Oh, my gosh. I stop it. Audio's just rain delayed. For a minute, I thought I had another tab open. Sky Live. Okay, thanks, guys. Boom. Me being stupid. Apologies, Sky. Apologies. Teo settings. Can you hear him? He'll be up here in a minute. Where's my food, Dada? Where's my food? Mama Cameron, I apologize, like, profusely apologize. In fact, no, you know what, Mama Cameron? I've been, this is really sad. Look at this. You guys are going to see me eat this, but whatever. Not precious. With fingers. The shame. Show you the chicken. I just did, but the filters are messing it up. She's getting techie. Oh, it's a nonsense, the 20 car loops. How are they going to see? Brunda makes the point. Chicken censored. It's the filters on here so that one day I'm going to roll up this green screen. You will not believe what's behind there. It's like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. Just can't even. It's just. Oh dear. I should have a coffee at 1 p.m. I know, agreed, Dean. It's chaos. Coffee doesn't work. But do you guys drink coffee, really? I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's something that's just, I'm too much of a Neanderthal. White dribble down your shirt. Behave yourself. No. Don't do it, Rafa. Can you put your shy back on? The sky. Yeah, no, I can't. I'll get in trouble. I didn't mean to do that, Christopher. Sorry. Coffee, tea. I hate coffee as well, Koyo. I don't get it. Turtle likes a bit of coffee. I apologise. This is really this is poor etiquette. I feel like I've got my elbows on the table. I'm eating my knife and fork reverse wet like I'm just bad. Mama Cameron, I apologise. Don't disown me. Coffee and tea. Let's go, Crackersaw. I can't do coffee. It doesn't work well with me. Sorry, chat. Summer break is another week for me. Not being able to work on my cars makes me grumpy. Crackersaw, so I've got a question for you. No, not Casey. No. Looks a bit like. I know, March. Not good, I think so long as I'm not showing the visual, we'll be alright. It's the audio's whatever. Only 500 people watching. Oh, the humanity cover. People will come back in once it kicks off properly. I think people will. Red Bull should be sponsoring the stream. So effusive is my Max Glazer. I concur, Christopher. You just wake up now, John? Mate, you've smashed it. The F1 gods have done you a massive favour there. Okay, so we're going to get a start. Excuse me talking with my mouth full, but do you know what I mean? Full Neanderthal settings just to cheese off Mama Cameron. T-minus 11 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky race stop. It's all about Jaeger Bomb and Red Bull. Or rum, Kayori, and Red Bull. Red flag settings all over the shop. I mix my Red Bull with Monster always. Very bloody Nora. That's. I'm eating a chicken breast. I'm trying to dial out carbohydrates and just eat more protein. Because your boy, quite frankly, like I've always hovered around 80 kilograms, 95 kilograms. Like scales your line. I threw the scales out in anger. It was a disrespect, Jomo. Just disagreed. But I'm 95 kilograms, so I've got to cut out everything now, including chips. F1 feud reaper. Alright, Benato says 15-20 minutes from me. Go, Jaeger Bomb and Red Bull. Bangers, I love a bit of that. I've never been to Nando's, Catherine. Probably a good job. If you're a big Nando's fan, if you talk to people who actually prepare Nando's, they all have lots of stories to tell you. Don't eat the half chicken. Don't eat the quarter chicken. Only eat breast. And even then, I could tell you some stories, to be fair, but I won't. 95 kilograms, you better be just under 6 foot cunning. It's unacceptable. I'm about 15 kilograms overweight. At least 10. 15 might be a bit harsh, but it's bad. Got all this, I'm very draggy at the moment. Do your podcast from a treadmill. True, Christopher. I've seen people doing that. Start drinking Red Bull Zero. I know, Della. I'm bad, Della. I'm gonna sort out my life. But Red Bull's necessary. Red Bull is the only drink that I like the taste of these days. Kyora, I used to love a bigger, and I used to love a D&G, a pineapple soda. Not anymore though. It's only Red Bull that I like the taste of, and juice. I know, March. It's unacceptable, chat. Unacceptable. John Perry, I worked 18 hours yesterday. Woke up at 8 a.m. John, you're an absolute Hulk, mate. 18 hours. No, TWM. Talk to people that work at Nando's. Don't do the if you enjoy your life, don't do the quarter chicken. Mega man. Oh dear. I'm far too draggy, Max. Look at this. You'll see it in the next couple of weeks. DG, cola, champagne, and pineapple. Cola, champagne bangs. And pineapple bangs, to be fair. And grape bangs as well, to be fair. Monster over Red Bull. TWM, behave yourself. No chance. True, Chiba. Not healthy. You can see the bloody warning on the can. Beware, contains taurine. But am I drinking a drink, or is that like, do you know, or is it like, I don't know, paint remover? Oh no, error. Can you hear me chomping? I'm sorry. Does he mute? I should mute. I didn't think I was being too loud. Sorry, I apologize. Jaeger bombs ruined Red Bull for me. Now I can't even say. I know, Army. Dr. Pepper Gatorade, I don't hate it. I stopped smoking just before lockdown, says Max. Let's just say everything tasted amazing and I paid the price. Oof. Apparently, if you go off sugar, if you don't have any sugar for like 2-3 weeks and then you drink a Red Bull, it's too much. It's almost overwhelming for your taste buds. Taste buds won't like it. Killing Time and Watch Alongs always leads to talking about for true, Stephen. Chernobyl. Oof. Off a brilliant series, that. One of the worst human events in human history, though. Tequila Sunrise in using watermelon Red Bull. Oof, King Curse. Monster tastes like chemistry. I know, I'm not a big fan of much. Starting an ASMR channel. People always said when I talk up close to the thing, what we gain in audio, we lose in ASMR. So people always used to say that that this is an ASMR channel, not deliberately so, but I mean, I'm not an audio technician. It's not going to be perfect, but you can see the investment and the investment. Try and make it as good as I can. Dwight says, Kyra, it's Cam's wisdom that keeps me here. Wisdom, I don't know about that, Dwight. I try. I mean, I was talking to a friend the other day. Shout out to JP of Curve, if he's watching. And my cousins, Zach and Ezra. We're talking about the Ikigai diagram. That you gotta do what you're best at, right? And that what the world needs, the intersecting portion between those two things as far as a Venn diagram. And I'm not sure too many people in the world at my age have spent more time in their life watching Formula One. It's just the truth. courtesy of Cameron Senior. So, and definitely not sports. Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, Floyd, John Bones Jones, football, Man United. I just spent all my life in and around sports. So if we're talking about, is my audio weird, Crackosaurus? I hope it goes hard. I hope it go crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. As far as those things, and a bit of a journalistic. So I'm not a journalist, but there's a bit like I used to write a load, and like my English teacher at grammar school, shout out Mr. Gurney, was a legend and a bit of a storyteller. So I became a little bit obsessed with speaking extemporaneously in a way that was engaging and storytelling. And then pair that with a little bit of F1 knowledge and tenure, then all of a sudden it stands to reason that your boy would try and build a community within which we speak about Formula One back and forth. I need to stop vaping, says Kayori. But I suffer from oral fixation too. Does the vaping help, Kayori, or hinder? You have a soothing voice that's set when you go full apologies to that one. Let's go. I mean, it has to be done sometimes. Cameron, if you had a Coca-Cola, it would taste better than Red Bull. Coke. I don't know. Kyrie thinks Red Bull Monster, but I drink Monster too. We all do it, Cam. What does Coke taste of? Not that I do drink it as a nasal swab. English is UK's greatest export tea development. I don't disagree with you. John says, and now here we are. Yeah, all of a sudden. So, although this channel has been around, audio is fine. Probs negative 10 to 0 dB. I think that's where I am. Should I turn it up? Is it too low? Go on, let's have an experiment. I'm turning it up, but you guys are now going to hear a little bit more. Oh, that's the truth. I can turn it up from here, can't I? What about now? Chat, I'm being much louder now, but whatever. Do I put it to 0 dB? I'll be much louder now. You guys tell me if you want me to turn it down. Dean, you're a legend. I appreciate you. What does Coke taste of? Burnt sugar. Ting and D&G flavours. I do not rate Ting, Kayori. I think Ting is much overrated. What is it? It's just like, nah. 7-Up and Sprite over Ting. Nah, I disagree with Ting. Matt says journalists have standards they have to comply with, apparently. So go on, let me talk to that, because that's important here. This journalism thing. I went to cold turkey with nicotine. Terrible first few days, but now no. Let's go, King Curse. Congrats. I could listen to Cam and JV all day. JV, Kayori, remind me, how much race will we get, Cam? I don't think the timer's kicked off just yet. We'll see. Sprite is gated. Oh gosh, start suspended. Sheldon, you're a legend. Nicole, deliberate mistake. Nico confronted Verstappen on a grid about Horn. It was a bit contentious. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. JV. Jos Verstappen. Rosberg really hates Matt. Do you think so, Andrew? I don't think over-processed, lacking some breathiness, too much noise reduction. There's no noise reduction, Christopher, I promise you. But you need a better sounding room to add ambient mic. And now you're nearly clipping. Okay, I will turn down this. Right, should be alright now. Shouldn't be clipping. It's supposed to be on 0 dB. We can control our volumes. I'm going to start messing around with the... You can never get it perfect. Tone it so you're just clipping with a loud voice. I make no apologies. Maybe I could turn it up. Okay, bang, 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 bang. I'm about 20% too loud. Hopefully now it's perfect. Sheldon, you too. I know, Sheldon. I got it at the last minute. Rosberg ran away from Formula One because he was lucky to win a championship. Go on, an F1 hub to the world. Usain Bolt. Lick up with Tyler. Cheers, Sergeant Wilderness. I appreciate you for saying that. You better wash your mouth out with soap. I hate that narcissistic man beater, JV. James Vowles. Fair play. Yeah, Jimmy V's all right, but he's a bit no, he's not wanting in knowledge, but he's a bit, as far as like his presentation, just the same. Coyote, do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get him on the podcast one time and try and judge him up. Test 1, test 2 to absolutely nobody. Let's go. Get a 32-bit and it won't clip. I could put a noise limiter on, but as soon as I add any filter, it just diminishes the quality of the it diminishes the quality of the sound. So I'll just take it off. When he start in about 10-15 minutes time potentially, but again it keeps moving out. Speaking of JV, did you watch the ranking F1 World Champs with Jacques? I didn't watch it all. I couldn't be. I'll be honest with you, Rafa. Couldn't be bothered. I knew he was going to say some rogue things, and I got the bit about Lewis, and he couldn't rate Lewis higher than Alonso because Lewis goes to sleep. I just that doled me out. I just thought, forget it, mate. I can't be. I like Jacques Villeneuve, but I used to like Jacques Villeneuve, not so much anymore. Rosberg has a big mouth. He should advertise for bloody Nora. Go easy. Sun is out. They're trying to clear it. Hopefully we'll get some race. The sun is out. Problem with this track, it doesn't clear very quickly, does it? It was pouring. Now it's pro McLaren. It was good shouting. I wonder why Sky doesn't have Bernie Collins or Eccleston. Crowd is happy to just see a car out and track. That's why. I don't think we'll get a full race. Me neither. This is bad. God. We've all got lives to go and attend to. F1. Who's driving that medical car? They look like they're having a ball. Isn't it Bert Mylander? Cameron, I have a genuine question. If Max would win the Drivers' Championship this year, which of the two Red Bull team principals can write that on their resume? Who is entitled? How is this settled usually? Well, I mean, you do it as a proportion of the whole, right? But Christian Horner's 50-50. Christian Horner went after race 12 and Lauren Mekies took up the baton shortly thereafter, so they'd have to split it, I think. But I mean, Max Verstappen is 69 points adrift of the race lead, so if he wins it now, then I think the F1 community would attribute that largely to Lauren Mekies if he were to turn it around. Big if. I meant Nico, he's undefeated as a truth chat. I don't hate it, Sheldon. He's a straight thinking shooter. I like me a bit of Nico Ross, but in a way that's weirdly endearing. And this is coming from somebody who in 2016 hated him. And I know hate is a strong word, but I use it because it's apropos in this case. I hated him. How unlucky can Max be? Sylvana says Nico instead today. Without this chat, we'll be too bored. No race after 3-week hiatus is torture. And Hungary next up, eh? A little good shout from Nico that Aston Martin are putting together some decent people. Andy Cowell, Dan Fallows, not long deported formally of the Aston Martin parish. But now they've got Adrian Newey and Andy Cowell. Hey, go on then. Let's play hypothetical F1 case. Imagine Adrian Newey, Andy Cowell, and Max Verstappen. Oof. No fair. Andy Cowell, for the record, is the dude who headed up the 2014 split turbo hybrid power unit operation of Mercedes, which yielded 8 constructors championships back to back. Nico Rosberg is a great juxtaposition to the British. Any comment that uses the word juxtaposition, Neil, must be read in full. Nico is a great juxtaposition to the British politeness of Crofty and Brundle. I don't disagree with that. Very, very well said, Neil. Very well said. He doesn't mince, does he? Shoot straight. I love Nico. He showed us all that Lewis could be beat in the same go. Go on then, Music Live. He fought against Lewis and the team and still... It's too soon to dissect for 2016 and the fortuitous circumstance or lack thereof that was Lewis Hamilton's campaign that year. Reliability issues. Just a little bit. Coincidence. Car's out in 15 minutes, says Sedan. Here's hoping, Sedan. Here's hoping, because getting a bit long. This is ridiculous. 15 minutes, the sun is shining, get them back out. So everyone's, so there's that Leclerc putting on his Hans device. That device, by the way, that you can see on the back of Charles Leclerc's head, tallies the neck to the car, so in the event of a big accident, you don't get this action, do you? It's really, really good. I had a friend once that used to use it in karts. How that worked, I don't know, but he used to wear it. Why 15 minutes? We need it to dry out now. It's a bit long, isn't it? Nico seems to take more risks. They didn't have the diffusers that these cars have now. And again, tons more teeth. 15 effing minutes, says he much. Why 15 minutes? It's a bit long. I'm losing my patience. Watch the Silver Wars. Oh my gosh. Silver Wars by, it's a Spanish chap, isn't it? Daniel Lorenzo. Some of the best sports documentary editing and storytelling that you will ever see in your life. But YouTube, because of F1 and how bloody anal they are with their rights, ban it. So I think you can only watch it on another platform now. Uses too much F1 footage. This is the chaos. Lorenzo, recruit that man and pay him to make all the documentaries, because it's those type of things. Just like basketball. I mean, if you watch basketball and watch basketball YouTubers, mention no names, Jimmy High Roller, GOAT YouTube channel, and the GOAT YouTube channel, which is the name. They're doing a promotion for NBA by themselves. We have work at 4:30. Do you know what I mean, Neil? What's going on here? 3:10 British. Pete's sake, this is a bit long now. The Hans head and neck support device here. Cracker is correct, and that's why they had to intentionally make the wets not work, as they couldn't afford any more. So it's getting on my nerves, this. Come on, Formula One. We've all got lives to which we need to attend. 524 of you watching concurrently, as we are just chilling out here, riffing back and forth. Una says, is that a question mark or 7 under laps column? Question mark. Just not on the original, which is a shame. Music is life. Why? Danny Lorenzo. I watched. This is the attentiveness that some of these filmmakers have. When you watch High Roller, is an absolute legend. I was speaking to him on Instagram the other day, and he's a proper legend. Lorenzo would turn as like a car was approaching to overtake a car in front. The attacking car, Lorenzo would turn up the engine noise. It's just genius. F1 movie wasn't doing that level of cornmeal pie. Let's go, Sedan. Whilst I'm waiting, yo, let us go. Cornmeal porridge. You remind me with the cornmeal reference of a God tier sketch with the one that they caught Oliver in a plane, where he sat alongside a woman and they ended up sharing food. Did he have his cornmeal porridge? He had his cornmeal porridge, and she had a Saturday dinner or Sunday dinner. Better start sit. I'm telling you, honestly, analog Moz. It's gonna take a F Lars. There you go, Army. Unbelievable. He's brilliant, that chap. A massive cam stream today. Oh, John, it's getting long, isn't it? Music is live posting. It's not a bad thing to watch whilst we're chilling out here. It's about to get techier than humanity. Come on, F1, sort us out. Give us some racing now. It's gone on too long. I understand the initial break, but now it's just long. Do something. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Umant, you're all right. The high downforce switcheroo rendered null and void now. Over to you, Esteban Ocon, with your low downforce win. JP, aka John Perry, Mr. John Perry. Far too kind as usual, so we're going to have a word soon, John. I appreciate you had infinitum, so you're a legend. Out here gifting memberships, and if you're a brand new member, get yourself over to the community tab. Get yourself in the Discord. We're going to start to have chats over there soon. Long ones, informal. It's going back and forth. 8 minutes, T-minus 8 minutes. About bloody time as well, Max. John Perry, far too kind as always, sir. I appreciate you, mate. More than words can do justice. Our range setup will not work anymore, says Helmut. Just fudged it. They took too long. I understand the initial delay, but why did they take... I mean, it's like 2,000 years later now. What's the point? I'm not... My wife thinks I'm nuts as well. Factless, what's the point? They've got to do a standing start now, though. Six minutes and 45 seconds for some action. I want to take credit for the way that Crofty said that. I do want to take some credit, like he's plagiarised me. But maybe correlation does not imply causation, maybe. John Perry, goated always. Daniel, you're absolutely on the money. Is there another way to pay for membership? Google won't let me apply. Music is life. I don't know, chap. Since YouTube are owned by Google. I think I do want to set up a cheeky Patreon, but again, that'll have to be at some point in the future. New poll says error unknown. Times have changed. The variables are materially different now. P3 Mats is fudged. Oh my gosh. No more rain. Way too conservative, I agree. That's what setups are for. Waterproofing has failed. Yeah, it's bloody dry now. So over to you, Esteban Ocon, with your low downforce setter. Sometimes fortune and the F1 gods indeed favour the brave. Is woke F1 finally started. I wanted a bit rice, and now it's almost dry. It's chaos. Assume at his peak was unsafe. He wasn't bad, was he, Army? He wasn't bad. Go on then. Almost dry. It's a joke, isn't it? Too much. It feels like they've waited a bit too long. Just probably about 30 minutes too long here. It's 3:15. 2 hours later, no action. What's the point? As if we've all got infinite time, when time in life is a finite resource. Cheers, F1. Thanks for that. Cheers, F1 gods and racing and weather gods. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Try web browser. I can't sign up via my phone for some reason. Yeah, try Google. If you're in Google Chrome, it should work. Music stuff. I don't have a laptop on my phone. Won't let me join. Oh no, music. We'll get there. Music is life in the end. I think you just need to tinker with your setups, enable GIFs and stuff, and sure there'll be another opportunity. But I appreciate your music's like 30 minutes too long. I agree with you, Albert. 2 laps behind safety car minimum. Don't do it easy. You've got to compensate for our... I feel like there's a debt of gratitude owed to us anymore. It doesn't look like it, G3. No more rain coming, potentially. Kyrie, like, share, subscribe. Let's go. Kyrie. Race will start behind the safety car. Quite right. I'm cheesed off now. Why don't we just, like, do you know what I mean? Why don't we just get out the car and just walk the track now? Like, I've had enough. I get it. F1 can never be more safe. Like, I understand you want to safety-proof this thing now. But this is a difference in extents and not kinds. And this has gone too far. Commie, I've just gone scorched earth now. Now that they're doing a start, why don't you just give it to... Just sack it off. Let's save ourselves a couple of hours and just put Lando. Just let Lando Norris have the 25 points and let's all go home now. Because this is daft. I've just lost my mind there. There's no point. What are we doing? Oscar Piastri must be looking at this and Max like, well, this is nonsense. Like, what, F1... Like, F1 snowflakery. First 2 laps, Sedan. I mean, what the... Like, I'm going to start swearing. Sedan, Kyori, Mama Cameron, close your ears. Like, what? The actual fudge. I don't like it, Kyori. What's the point? Do you hear how my accent changes when I've just like... It happened the same time yesterday when Lewis found out that he was out... by dint of a track infringement. So it's just, the Birmingham accent with a tinge of patois just gets... It's unavoidable, Kyori. I can't. What's the point? Half points and no refunds. 2 laps. Where the skinny rear wing is for nothing. Max is fudged again. No, the skinny rear wing is going to work now, Safak, because it's dry. So look for Ocon. Look for George Russell. Both of those have the skinny wing, and it sounds like they've rolled 6s here. Max hasn't got a skinny wing. They put the skinny wing on for the sprint, and it worked. But then Max said, no, we're going to need more downforce if it's raining tomorrow. But look at this now. The first couple laps are going to be techie. Then techie things. Oh, no, much. Don't do that. It's long. It is long. But we'll make it through together. This race better be good. Easy G. We've waited long enough, eh? Cam, walk the track. I don't know, but come on out, look. What's the point? Like, what's the point? We've waited all this long now, and I want to see some spectacle. I need a payoff. Is Mama Cameron watching? Oh my God. Hi, Mama Cameron. La la. Probably. Mama Cameron dips in and out sometimes. Not that she'll be commenting, but she goes and watches them back after the fact to make sure that I'm not bringing disgrace on the family name. She will check me for eating chicken breast with my fingers. Shameful behaviour. Nasty work from Cameron. Drinking Red Bull on camera. Do you know what I mean? T-1 minute. Why invert wet tyres? Why invent even, sorry, the wet tyre if they cannot use? It's nonsense. I don't think Max can add downforce, Christopher. Oh, yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, Christopher. Christopher insinuating that Max got stitched up, that he needed to sabotage him because he added downforce. Blessings to Mama Cameron. You're a legend, Tony. I appreciate you. And Mama Cameron will appreciate you too. Yeah, a little bit outlaw. I don't like it, Mama Cameron, with a quality control. 100%. I watched this video on TikTok the other day, Kyori, where it's a dad and a son. And the dad says about the son, you look like your nana parents. You look like your nana parents. Because his hair wasn't combed to chaos. Sent it to Mama Cameron. Mama Cameron said, that reminds me of you. How dare Mama Cameron. I haven't got any hair not to comb. Mom, what are you talking about? Finally, here we go. 44 laps. No, it'll be less because of the window. Yeah, it's whatever at this point. You know what I mean? Look at this. What's going on here, chat? Let's go, okay. Yeah, whatever, Crofty. I've lost enthusiasm now, mate. I don't care. You know, care is like a battery for me. Like, it's care, and then all of a sudden I just don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's took too long now. And then you're going to start on the bloody under safety car. Bring back V10, smaller cars, says Army. Cars are moving, green flag. Someone gifted me before and I even tried resigning from the email, but nothing worked. I will get a laptop sometime this week. You're a legend, music. Shout me if there's anything I can help you with. Must always behave like somebody. Pick this is true. This is true. Somebody's always watching, Kyrie. You can't bring shame on the family net, but I am just don't even care anymore, Kyrie. It's quite sad. That's God. Okay. I thought these F1 drivers were the best in the world, most technologically advanced, and we cannot drive in there. I know, John, it doesn't make sense, does it? When you put it like that, John, it's a bit it's an exercise in futility. So what's the point? What's the point? Let's vote who's going to spin out first. It could be one of the low. Go on, and if we're betting, it would be one of the low feasibility the same. Behave yourself, Oscar. Quite a lot better, says Oscar, through Eau Rouge. After Eau Rouge, still a bit bad. The straight is still a bit bad. Well, you know what? We're going to have to go anyway now. It's too long now. Like, do you know what I mean? Come after our come off. What are we doing here? Grumpy old grizzled F1 vet content creator yells at rain and the moon, Max. I've had enough now. I've come here. I haven't come here to see like them pootle around behind the safety car. I've come here to see a race. Don't missell me. Not for 2 hours. Like we were meant to go. Do you know what I mean? We were meant to go at 2 p.m. and now it's 3:30. So we've all lost 2 hours of our lives that we could have spent with family. I could have been learning like Japanese or something. Do you know what I mean? Like what are we doing here? Love me, my IMSA. Kyle, you're a different gravy, you know? I don't know how you spread yourself so thin over all of these motorsport formula. I don't have time. I couldn't tell you anything about IMSA. Or TOCA. Or WEC. Or NASCAR or IndyCar. I don't have time. My expertise base is very narrow. F1 full stop, new paragraph. Somebody to tell me once that you meant to go narrow and deep as far as your expertise, not broad and wide across. Don't spread yourself too thin. But you're just watching it, Kyra, so this doesn't apply to it's for your own enjoyment. And obviously that goes back to your experiences with your old man. By the way, how much of us are hit? Just as a very noddy open question, how many of us watch F1 because a parent in the household used to watch it and we couldn't grab hold of the remote control because be careful, man, stop braking so. Why is Lando braking so hard? God, I know you're trying to get heat into the tyres of the brakes, but bloody Nora, wasn't the British Grand Prix only a couple of weekends ago? Motorsports are amazing to miss. Too amazing. More raining 36 a minute. Well, that's what it is now. We've got to go. We've got to go. WEC, IMSA, all of it's amazing. I wish, Andrew, that I had the time. John Perry says they're doing everything they can to help Lando win this. This is correct. It feels like that way. It definitely feels like that. British Touring Car is a great series. I keep hearing it. It's been long. I tell you how long ago I watched British Touring Car. When Cameron Senior used to watch it, the likes of John Cleland in his Cavalier and Gabriele Tarquini in the Alpha. And the Volvo. Remember the estate Volvo? That's how long ago I watched British Touring Car. I don't have to. Yeah, F1. Can we just call this one because Formula One is not working anywhere there? Likewise, I concur. Yeah, F1 Indy, IMSA take up most of my free time. Then, once American football season starts, I'm completely hooked. Let's go. Coyote. Never got into America. I do watch a little. Not really. Just follow the big plot lines. That's why you need these big stars, right? The Patrick Mahomeses and the Toms. I'll pay attention to them because they're. My grandfather watched it, so I used to spend all my 100%. And this is how it happens, right? My dad was an F1 fan, and I wasn't allowed to change over the TV. So I, by extension, became an F1 fan. Dad, me and bro watched it from 76. Liverpool's our favourite. See that? I'm telling you. Can we get a poll? What poll do you want, Sergeant? Lando 1.0 or 2. Go on then, that's a very good poll, Sergeant. I was going to deny you access, but that's... Got to shout out all the new members. 100% Joe Main, you're a legend. We are 569 deep. 33% of you think Maximilian Verstappen is going to nail it into turn 1 or at the end of lap 1. 26 Oscar, 32% Lando, 9% Charles. Ambrose, welcome, you're a legend. Get yourself over to the community tab and get yourself in the Discord. If you are so inclined. Right, let's get a race win. Is David Croft patronising and condescending? Is he trying to do his best Will Buxton impression? Cameraman love. I know the cameraman does love. Lando's bad in the rain. Is he bad though, Outlaw? He wasn't bad. He wasn't too bad in Australia. I think he's worse than Max. That's a very different proposition though, if we're being precise with language for a second. Come on, F1, get moving. Do you know what I mean? Time is a finite resource. Can we do something here? Standing start's not happening. Just start any start. Do you know what I mean? Something. Give us something, please. Now. I feel like I'm growing older by the second. Losing my mind. See you in Abu Dhabi. What's Chief say? WTF is this? Oh, Gavin. It's a bit long. I've lost my mind here, chat. I'm delirious. I'm seeing things. It's just like, oh, the humanity. Indeed. What's the point in this? John Perry, you're a legend. As always, I'm about to take off my hat and just do the big reveal now. I can't. Like, can we race? Can we just get a race for a little bit at least? I don't even want the 44 laps. Just cut it in half now. 22 laps and just let's all go home. Cameron, you'd include Oscar in that. Did I not include Oscar? That is a shambles, Tony. I told you I was delirious. Where have I gone? Oscar is in the poll. What's going on, Ray? I hope you're good. Numen est omen. What a joke. They're going to drive 10 rounds without it. It's just a joke, isn't it? Sir Perry says, going to go 30 laps under safety car. 10 under virtual. So it's nonsense, isn't it? It's a bit long, this, John. I'm not loving life at all. My patience can only stretch so far. So many ways. Yeah, agreed. EasyG, it's long now. Can we get a race going? Let these guys can see the visibility, like through Eau Rouge and Radiot. They can see, so we can go then. Therefore, it's because Lando's like, hurry the fudge up, says Heidi. Let's go. Let's not start the. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can say that, Edgar. I'm not allowed. Sandy Vijay's is what F1 has. Hurry up! Hurry up! Get a move on. Everybody's leaving now. Nobody can be asked. Been sat here for 2 hours and they've just done nothing. Okay, so the racing gods haven't been kind on us. It has been raining. But what are you doing now, though? Are we gonna? I feel like, you know, in the films when they want to show lots of times gone by, or like the cartoons, and you just see the person's turned into a skeleton, just sat down there like that. That's what I feel like at the moment. 4 laps, 40 remaining. You know what, F1, you can get. This is what I mean. Remember at the outset, I said the fight for attention dollars is straight. If I was sat there watching this, I'd be on TikTok, I'd be watching other things. All of the sponsors just would be missing their airtime. I'd just be doing other things now to keep myself intrigued, alive. So picky controversy, true Cactosaurus. Antonelli faster step, I don't think so very much. I think he'll be struggling. The irony is we had 15 laps on the safety car at Silverstone. True, I didn't like Silverstone car. In stark contrast to a lot of people, I didn't like Silverstone. It was too staccato for me, too stop-start. I need to get my teeth into 2 bucks of frustration. FI is a joke, says Roshak. I concur, Roshak. Here we go. Go on then. Has Lando gone? Lando has gone, but Oscar's right. Lando! Oh my gosh, Oscar's right there next to him. Yeah, Lando looks like he's botched this start straight away. Oscar's right on his tail. Charles in turn is right on Lando's tail. Oh my gosh. Here he comes with the oh, but he can't see. Oscar can't see. That visibility saved Lando Norris, right? Lando 2.0 getting a dry track. Fudge, look how close Oscar is to Lando. If Oscar can see, oh my gosh, how's Lando going to get through? Is Lando, oh my gosh, Messi from Lando all over the shop going through Radion. Oscar Piastri goes round the outside. He can't even make it through to Radion. We knew it. Oscar. Done. Gone. Finished. Lando was messy all the way through Radion. He's like, he can't consolidate for a first position. Look at Charles Leclerc right on him again. He just takes himself, he takes too long. Like he just hasn't had his Weetabix already. Easy G, what's your boy doing? This is not good. Lando now is getting gapped by Oscar. Look at the gap. He's too tentative here. Come on, Lando. Get yourself into the race, mate. Another first lap goes by and Lando loses himself another position. Look at Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc can't even drive at half the time. Max will be all over this. If Max can get behind Charles Leclerc, then Lando needs to dry ASAP. He's not comfortable, is he? Holy smokes. Look at Oscar halfway down the road already. 1.3 seconds. Just more comfortable. Lando's saying that, why does he have no battery pack? Huh. He just gobbled him. Look at that. Absolutely gobbled him. Okay, so maybe I've been a bit harsh on Lando. It's at Lando 1.0 is back. Go Oscar, gapping him massively. 1.0 is the difference between your first and your second guy. Oscar Piastri, ladies and gentlemen, has the whip hand, currently leading the championships. If things end as they stand, set to extend it, he made that easy, didn't he? Forensic in his placement of his car. Look at this. There's a shark if ever I've seen one in Maximilian Verstappen stalking Charles Leclerc now. Let's have a gander. No DRS, wet conditions. Come on, Max, says Adil. That gap, wow. I know Oscar's just gone. Look at that, going through Eau Rouge and Radion. Oh, the humanity. Just nailed him. Look at that. It was too easy almost. He just goes, doesn't he, OJP? What's Lando doing? Get on the racing line, Lando. George Russell, super quick, goes up the inside of one Alex Albon. See, this is the problem for everybody racing George Russell. He's got no, but look how skinny his wing is. Defending George Russell through sector 1 and sector 3 is an exercise in futility. Lando's struggling around here. Look at this. He doesn't wake up early. Lando Norris early in the race. Lando is to lap 1 as a Lewis Hamilton is to the early running in the championship, right? Both of them, they need some warming up, and it's going to cost Lando this. I'm telling you, that's not good. Good luck getting around OJP again. Charles Leclerc goes wide, but here's Max Verstappen. I mean, if there were a shark that ever smelt blood, let's have a look at that going into Eau Rouge next time. Look at him, he's just set him up. Look at this. Do you remember Max Verstappen following Charles around Brazil last year in quali? Was it quali? No, it was the sprint. Just saying Charles just makes so many mistakes. Max Verstappen's words, not mine. Do you know what I mean? Modern day journalism. Max is going to nobble Charles Leclerc imminently. Just at the altar of his metronomic outperformance. He just delivers. Let's get in 15 qualifying laps. Do you think Charles Leclerc can do that without making a mistake? No chance. Lando 404 not found. Look at that. Oscar Piastri struggling with charge now. Look at this. Both McLaren struggling. Look at the racing bulls though. Holy smoke. Sonoda-san in the Red Bull proper being hunted by the racing bulls of Hadjar and Lawson. So go on then, your runners and riders. 38 laps remaining, 7 in the books. Oscar Piastri, the biggest winner off the line, up into first, nobbling, stealing the lunch money of his teammate, the one that they call Lando Norris, Dustin from Stranger Things, down in second. Then you've got Leclerc being stalked by Maximilian Verstappen. Russell to Albon to Sonoda-san to 8th. To 8th, Isaac Hadjar. Lawson in 9th. Bortoletto in 10th. Let's have a look at down. Stroll down 3 places. What happened to Reagan Meister Lance Stroll? And I say that not with tongue in cheek. Normally quite good, isn't he? Go on then, Max 0.5. Here we go. Yeah, Leclerc is under a lot of pressure. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream, please. It's getting dry though, look at that. Charles, get out of the way, chap, you know what I mean? Let the real racers through, man. I mean, he's not, I say that tongue in cheek, he's not incentivized to do that. That Ferrari is a roadblock at best. Don't disagree, Kinker. Oh my God, Charles, what's he doing? Go on, Max. The gap between Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, 0.6. It's a shame there's no DRSA. This is where Max Verstappen could do with his lower downforce wing so that he could just sail by Charles Leclerc, but he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. The Ferrari's not a good car. What do people expect? True, Joe. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but when do the Inters pack up? Huh. Soon, but it all depends. Go on, Lewis. Look at that. Do not hate that from Lewis. Is there a Regenmeister? Kimmy, don't crash, Kimmy. Keep your nose clean. To finish first, one must first finish. Kimi Antonelli. Not bad from Sir Lewis Hamilton. Not bad for a wash driver. Do you know what I mean? 40 years old over there. Here's Maximilian Verstappen. Go on then, Max. Go on then, Max. He's harvesting. Max will be on to this soon, I think. Charles Leclerc fudges that. Look at his entry. Goes wide. He is struggling. He's got no grip. Harvesting. Maximilian Verstappen on for this now. Let's go. Go on then. Go on then, Max. Emilian. Bloody Nora. Lewis Hamilton round the outside. Let's go, Lewis. Let's go. Point to prove, sir. Regenmeister settings. Go on and over to you, Maximilian Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton has seen you that and raised you this, sir. Let's go. Go on, Lewis. Let's go. 614 of you watching could currently do me a favour and smash the like. It matters more than you might realise. Brave move round the outside of Leclerc. I mean, he's different, isn't he? When he's got a point to prove, Lewis, and it's wet. Shark and blood. Let's go, Sir Lewis. I don't hate that. Go on, Lewis. Let's go. I mean, that wasn't bad at all. Round the outside. 2 trailer park girls go round the outside. Brazil 2024. Yeah, don't hate it. He's on to one thus far. Antonelli struggling. Look at that. He has no grip at the rear right. Snap oversteer each and every single juncture throughout the multiple phases. Yeah, so go on. Go on. Who's going to be first in for these dries then, eh? A very brave man. Go on, Lewis. Up the inside. Let's go, Lewis. Do not hate that. Let's go. Up 3 places. 4 places now on Nico Hulkenberg. Do you know what I mean? A Lewis Hamilton scorned. He's a very dangerous man. Working his way through the pack. So go on, the question, how close can he get to Charles Leclerc between now and the end of the race? Look at that. Lewis Hamilton in traffic, lapping quicker than Charles Leclerc. And they say Charles Leclerc is a demon in a way. This is why I just needed to bloody qualify there or thereabouts. And then that podium could have been in nothing. Look at Charles Leclerc last tour. A 201.820. Lewis Hamilton overtaking back markers. A 201.6. Lewis Hamilton 2/10 quicker than Charles Leclerc last tour even. And he's got traffic. Charles Leclerc's a Reagan master. Behave yourself. Modern day Jean, a lazy mate. Do you know what I mean? Or Alain Prost in this sense that he doesn't like the wet. He's like a cat. Just doesn't work well in the wet, does Charles Leclerc. Oscar has box priority. Of course he does. Of course he does. He has the whip hand track position. Comes with that, does it not? We're just going to say Lewis Hamilton, Brazil 2021. I don't hate it. He's on to it. Look at this. As the man in front, Pierre Gasly goes wide. Shot. Lewis Hamilton's going to nail him again now. Look at this. Just setting him up. Look at this. Get out the way, Pierre. Get out the way, man. Lewis could have been taking that full throttle, mate. You're just holding up. You're holding everybody's life up here, Pierre. Get out the way, chap. You're harvesting, Pierre. Get out the way, chap. Look at Lewis looking to go around the outside. Let's go, Lewis. When Lewis is in this mood, chat. Goosebumps. Let's go, Lewis. Up the inside round there, please. Let's go, Lewis. Get out the way, Pierre. Coming through, sir. Through goes Hamilton. 201.6 last tour. Let's see. Let's go. Do not hate this. Do not hate this from Lewis. Do you know what I mean? Dialing back the years. Goosebumps. This is what we came to see, ladies and gentlemen, of the F1 jury. Last tour. Let's see how quicker he is. So go on. And Charles last tour goes 203.7. Just mistake central from Charles Leclerc. What's that? A 203. Clearly made a mistake. Let's see how many seconds Lewis is quicker than Charles Leclerc this time round. 2.5. Oh, 204. Look at this. What's going on? But he was working his way through traffic. 1.6 is mad. Oof. Oh, wow. So all of a sudden, something's happened. It feels like the tyres have fallen off all around the shop. Lewis just finding tarmac that doesn't exist. Grip that doesn't exist, sir. I mean, it's that ability, right, to manipulate the car in and on around the limits of adhesion that Lewis has and Max has. I thought you were over it. Let's go. I know, Max. It dialed me back in. Do you know what I mean? Seeing Pomp Lewis, Prime Lewis, just rattle through these F1 muggles let's get out the way, Charles. Move out the way, Charles. Move. You can't handle it. So you're not bred for this, Charles. Get out the way and let the big boys come through and fight it out. What was my prediction again? Slicks lap 15. Good shout, Tony. Get out the way, Charles. Move. I've had enough. +9 to OJP. Get out the way, Charles. You oversteer it. It's too messy. You don't have the car, I understand. It's annoying stuff. Come on, Max. Let's go. Get him this time. Through Eau Rouge, Radillon, just get close to him and just nail him. Dispatch him. Move. Stay put, Charles. No, Kayori. Get out the way. I've had enough. Move. Put some respect on the modern day Reagan Meister. I know, Nando. Dry lines forming. So that's why Charles is there. Let's go. No more, Max. That's it. He's had his time now, Max. Let's get him. Towards the source. Go on, they'll get him free. Look at that. Let's go, Max. Let's go. Get out the way. He got on the throttle just enough. Max isn't having this though. He's going to nail him. Charles firstly, I'm going to like this cow. Max is going to nail him into here. He's struggling. Look at Charles like struggling through Radillon. Let's go, Max. Up the inside, chap, this time around. Last of the late breakers. No locking. This is Max Verstappen's territory. Get out the way, Charles. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Damn it. His wings too skinny, isn't it? He's got the speed in a straight line. Charles Leclerc struggling for grip. My God, my tyres are gone, says Charles Leclerc, who's struggling. Get out the way. Destroying Max's race here. Max now T+10 behind the race lead. Fudge. This is why it would have been ideal for Max. Get out the way. True value and objectivity, eh, Cameron? No chance. Get out the way. 10 seconds, so it's done. This is why it's so critical that Max qualify ahead of Charles. Because Charles is killing Max Verstappen's race. Charles defends against. It's not a bad defence from Charles, to be fair. I've got to give him some credit, particularly if his tyres are degging off. Good thing I'm bad, or I would be ripping my hair. Oh, bald. John, I'm fuming. Fair play from Charles. He's doing all right. Feels like Max has dropped off a little bit here. 1 second to get outside the dirty. It's only so many laps that Red Bull can tolerate the dirty air of Charles Leclerc. DRS activated, same conditions. I know, it's a good shout, Senai. But the FIA have been nothing if not consistently inconsistent, Trademark of Cameron F1, that. Consistently inconsistent. Don't let anybody tell you different. Go on then, Max. Up into the sort. Let's go. Low downforce is killing those tyres 100%. Yeah, but it's also enabling Charles. Lewis told to box. So go on then. Lewis last time round was a 203.45. Lando said not ready for slicks. I think Ferrari are realising who they've got in Sir Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis will want to be on those dry tyres first. 204.5 last time round from Sir Lewis Hamilton. Let me write that down. This is important. 204.5. Correct. Martin Brundle. Nothing to lose from Sir Lewis. And if anybody's going to be able to put on the soft compound tyre, the slicks even, sorry, the medium slicks, then it would be Sir Lewis. Go on then, let's have mediums, of course. Lewis on 6. Go on then, let's have a gander. Your boy might have to do one of these to find out. I want to see if he's done purple. Apologies, chat, I'm messing around here because I'm so keen to see what I need to see whether Lewis starts going green in a sector 1. Yellows. Yellow microsector. AG Zilui legend. Fair play to Oscar. I thought Lando would have had the advantage in the wet. No, Oscar's a demon in the wet. AG Zilla. He's quick. He's quick. And especially around Spa. I just don't think he's having it. Go on then. Oscar pits first. Have they seen something in Lewis's? Oh shoot, because Lewis is going purple. Look at that. Lewis purple sectors. DRS is enabled. Lewis is going purple in sector 2. Watch this. Lewis is about to set a purple sector 2 on those mediums. So they've looked at the purples of here we go. There we go. Lewis Hamilton goes 52.9 and Hulkenberg goes 52.6. That's why everybody, it's the cut-off point officially. Bloody Nora, unsafe release. Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen in, everybody's in because the cut-off point. Lewis Hamilton just gone purple in sector 2. So that's all you need to know, The cut-off point, you can't afford it. They've left Lando out. Oh no, because I didn't want a double stat. But in this case, maybe. Look at this. This could cost Lando Norris big time. Big time. Look at Lewis. Lewis, go on, let's have a look at this. Everyone's going purple on the dries. Oh my gosh. How much time is Lando going to lose over the course of this lap? That's the critical. So go on then. Lewis last lap before he went in the pits went 204.5. This tour, 201.5. So Lando's going to lose himself 3 seconds. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lando's going to lose about 3 seconds. I think he might have Max was 10 seconds down the road, right? He still might have Max covered. This is why Sean needed to get out of the way. This is why. Bloody Nora. Go easy, Lewis. Lewis up 8 places. Man of the match, Sir Lewis Any. Man of the match. Charles Leclerc now hived up behind Ocon. Fudge, get out the way. Get out the way, Sean. Come on, Lando Norris is going to be... What about a hard go to the end? Says Lando Norris. Lando Norris in the pits. It's going to get techie. All eyes on the Lando Norris pit stop. How long is he in the pits for? 3.5 slow pit stop. What are they doing? Where's Max? How close is Charles and Max going to get? George Russell set to 1. Yeah, the problem is, it was a slow pit stop from Max as well. Lando wants hard tyres, potentially free to the end. Lewis up into P7. Not yet. Not yet. Fudge. Where's Norris coming out? Is Norris going to come out ahead of Charles Leclerc? Just, I think. Okay, this Lando has lost about 3 seconds to... Look at that. Lando has lost about 3-4 seconds down to Oscar, eh? But still look at that purple lap. Jeez, that's God tier from Ferrari, right? Sometimes it comes off. Sometimes fortune favours the brave. OJP has fangs out. John Perry, too kind as always. Been telling everybody he's Machiavellian. He doesn't care, does he? He just wants to win. Max Verstappen-esque. Maybe 3.5 seconds. Lando Norris fails to park it in the right area, and then the front left is slow. Lando Norris, techie, then techie things. George Russell bullying Max because he's got extra pace in a straight line. 151.0 last tour from Lewis Hamilton. Great race so far. Don't hate it, Daniel. It's been circumstance, hasn't it? Stakes et al. We have T-minus 31 laps left on the docket. The wheel better be on properly, EasyG, 100%. I think they put it on properly, but Lando didn't park in the right place. No hurry here, just keep it on track. Very good shout, Will Joseph. I think that's exactly what Lando needs to hear at this juncture. Get out the way, Charles Leclerc. Get him on the nerves. Can you imagine if Max had put this on third? Shoot. That mistake from Max might cost him here. Bye-bye, Lando. Yeah. I think they are fibbing about OJ and the Lando relationship. I mean, you can't want the same things and just be best of friends, though. Not going to happen. Do you think Lando's going to win? I don't think so. Brundle makes the point here that the hard tyres, it's going to be hard to get and keep temperature in them right. The delta between Lando, fair play to Charles for now, to be fair. I'm not pleased at it for his part in holding up Maximilian Verstappen and keeping him, oh my gosh, 149 from Sir Lewis. He's the quickest man on the grid by a second and something, or by 0.8 to George Russell. Bloody Nora. Washed. He's washed, chat. He's washed. 40 years old. Father time is undefeated, undisputed. 0.8 quicker than the field. Won't last, says Ted Kravitz. The hard tyre, though. Lando's doing a half decent job, though. Yeah, he's quick. Good shout, Brundle. Brundle clearly listens to the podcast. He was driving today by a mile. Gavin, to be fair, it's been on to one. Good strategy as well from Ferrari. For once. Oh, here we go. Oscar Piastri takes the purple lap from Lewis Hamilton. Goes half a second quicker. 9. Looking at the delta between Lando and Charles. And the delta between Charles and Max. You runners and riders with T-minus 29 laps to go. Is Oscar Piastri has your race lead. The whip hand for round 13. Spa-Francorchamps, the Belgian Grand Prix. 8.8 seconds adrift is his teammate. Lando Norris dusting from Stranger Things. Leclerc shortly thereafter. Max Verstappen goes purple on a 38.161. Let's have a go. Let's have a go, Max. He just needs to dispatch. And no, get out the way, Ducksons. Yeah. He's doing all right, though. Fair play to Leclerc. He's not incentivized to move out the way of Max Verstappen. We're not wiping bottoms, are we? You know what I mean? He's nobody's friend. But yet and still, it's frustrating. It feels like Max would be right in there with those McLarens holding their feet to the fire. But I digress. Verstappen in 4th. George Russell with his low downforce setup in 5th. Albon Hamilton up 11 places. Bloody Nora. Blimey. Lawson in 8th. Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, chaos. Esteban Ocon struggling down in 20th still. On that low downforce setup. Who's washed? Michael is true. Got some respect on his name. Oh my gosh, they didn't blank it out properly. The grip. The clipping. Crofty doesn't know what clipping is. What are we doing? Crofty doesn't even know. Max Verstappen says the clipping on the main straight is fudging annoying. And they failed to, the producer fails to blank out the effing. Ollie, there's such like budget productions. Unbelievable. Alonso again. Mr. Reagan voiced that up into 13th. Again, good timing on the pit stop. King Hamilton, Michael, he's washed. Put some respect on his name. Come on, Max. Go on. The gap between Max 1 second. Oh, DRS now open. Lewis still has it, eh? I mean, don't back against Lewis in the wet. Not when it's like this. Approaching now Alex Albon. Less than a second is the gap. Piastri need Norris. No wins, no battery. Norris bottled again. Oh, let's see. He's just not very good at the start, is he? Charles Leclerc goes purple, 147.5. Who said that this dude can't drive wet? I did. Going quick though now. Look at this. Easy. Ollie Behrman round the outside. Don't hate that. Matt's caught pass. Too much downforce. Both cars are trying to go to the end. Piastri on mediums, Norris on hards. To the end. Come on, Nando. Says Hamilton moving up the field like it's made of butter with one hand on a cup of tea. Let's go. Max. Doesn't head of Hajar. Lawson pity first. Tsunoda and Hajar pity following the laps. You really hurt Hajar when I didn't spot it. My eyes don't go down that far the grid to Isaac Hajar, sadly. Short-sighted. In one sense, at least the entire race hasn't been led by 100%, John. 100%. We've had a little bit of racing, do you know what I mean? And it is lap 18, 27 laps left. Not even halfway distance yet. The race is for third, I agree. Well, now that we know that Lando and Oscar are potentially on the same pit stop, looking to go through to the end. So tyre issues potentially for Oscar as he round third base. $600 of you in the chat can Cody do me a favour and smash the like. It matters if you like the stream. Then of course like the stream. Will Lewis squeeze out? I know it appears that Charles Leclerc's pace has come back all of a sudden. Lest we forget a couple of laps ago he went purple. Charles is blocking everybody. I don't know, he's picked up the pace now. Look at that. If Hamilton ended up in 5th, that'd be God tier. I don't disagree. He'd probably make it, you know. Look at this. 851 of you watching could already do me a favour, smash a like. It matters more than you might know. If you are liking the stream, then like the stream. If you want to become a member, then you know what to do. Bottom left of your screen, join. We are, for the avoidance of doubt, on lap 18. 27 laps left on the docket. Your runners and riders look something like this. Piastri leads from Norris. Purple last lap on a 46.9 from Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Albon, Lewis Hamilton. Again, he feels like his charger's halted now. Alex Albon lapping quicker than Lewis Hamilton last tour race, but he's on older mediums for the avoidance of doubt. Lawson, Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Int, arresting. Can't blame Charles Leclerc for what he can. I know, I agree with you. Lewis Hamilton is a master with these tyres in these conditions. Hamilton is 7th after only 14 laps. Dude's proving something. I know, he was fuming, wasn't he? Not good enough. It's a shame that he didn't bloody qualify. Maybe he should have been. This could have been his podium. Look at this. I mean, he was lapping quicker than Charles Leclerc earlier on, but now he's in dirty air. He could have been a menace, Professor Hamilton. They should wet every track. I mean, Bernie wanted to do this before. Do you remember when there was talk about them putting sprinklers on each track just to liven it up? No. Matt should stop complaining about this weak car. He chose to stay. At a useless team, Red Bull. Did he choose to stay though, F1 Hub? Did he choose to stay? Let's have this conversation this time in 2027, 24 months time. Let's have this convo then. 800 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. It's bubbled but not popped just yet, Harley. I concur. Lewis Hamilton redemption arc set it. I don't hate it, Safa. I know I've added in the arc there. One can't say redemption without saying arc. It feels oxymoronic. Leclerc made an unsafe release. I know it looked unsafe. I think they'll let it go though. Hamilton going to be on Russell soon. Huh. Again, he's just have... Chill out, Gabriel. You know what I mean? Hulkenberg needs to just overtake Lawson. Gabriel giving his teammate the hurry up. Agile P19. Agile going to cry after this nightmare session. Max is waiting for a good dry run. Bless Isaac. He sounds like he's been the biggest loser. As far... Oof, look at that, Carlos. I don't hate that. Very brave from Carlos, but that Williams is very draggy. Oh, hang on. Lando Norris. 4/10 last tour. Good shout. Martin Brundle. 146.3. Plays a 146.8 from Oscar Piastri to 1 decimal place. Poor Antonelli. Where is he? Go on then. 11th to 20th. Gasly. Tsunoda, Behrman. Alonso. Colapinto in 15th. Ahead of Antonelli in 16th. Stroll, Sainz, Hadjar. No wonder Sainz just cruised past Hadjar. Fighting for 18th. Bortoletto. Go on then, Gabriel Bortoletto. Put your money where your mouth is, chap. You can't talk all that smack if you don't dispatch with Liam Lawson. It's DRS Central now, isn't it? Look at that. Colapinto just nails 15th. Don't hate that. To launch Stroll. DRS time. Anyone predict Stroll or Colapinto carnage? No, not yet. Now that it's drying and it's DRS. MV is checked out of RBI. Didn't look checked out earlier on Real. He looked very fighty. He looked very, very fighty. It's interesting that those hards are now coming to one Lando Norris 1 point. But the problem with Lando EasyG, how many times have we read this Lando Norris book? Poor in the early runnings. Hasn't had his Weetabix. Takes a while to play his way into the crease. And then towards the end of the Grand Prix, or the first stint even, all of a sudden then Lando becomes Lando. It's like, what? It's just like the set. He isn't trying to. How is Isaac P18? Timing of the pit stops, methinks. Coyote. If he didn't go when everybody else went, you're going to lose. Like Lando, you're going to lose all that time. Lando lost anywhere between 3 and 4 seconds from that extra lap because McLaren didn't want to risk the double stack. I think Isaac might have gone 2 laps. 2 laps too long. Also can't look after his tyres like Lando. Lando is on hards, agreed. 7.9, the delta between the top two. The protagonists at the papaya coloured car. Huh. As Maximilian Verstappen goes green last tour. 4th position on a 46.9 as near as makes no difference. The delta between Max and Charles is growing. Look at that. 15, 16, 2 seconds of delta. It's 0.8 a couple of laps ago. Lewis managing tyres potentially cheaper. Only McLaren and Sauber have both drivers in the point. That's a very good shout, to be fair. Or what about Ferrari, though? And McLaren. Outside the top 4, I suppose. Sauber this year has been a lot like watching Red Bull in 2008. On the up and up, John. They are coming. Huh. Oscar Piastri, over to you, mate. Your call. Oh, no. Oh, no, Oscar. That's the wrong call, chap. Because then you have to any more rain possible. I don't think so. Not forecast for now. That's the wrong call, Oscar. You want to try and look after those mediums to try and get yourself through to the end of the race. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back in and start to overtake people. That might be a good call from Lando. It's going to be interesting. How does the tyre offset play out between Oscar and Lando? Oscar not going to the end. That's chaos. Lando made a very good choice with the hard. Lando or Will Joseph? Yeah, he's going to have to go. One or two things. Either you push and bridge the gap and then pit, or you manage your tyres and go long, Oscar, one of the two. But it sounds like Lando will catch Oscar in the end. At the altar of tyre deck, potentially. Oscar needs to push flat out. Yeah, exactly, JP. He's got to do one or the other, right? You can't get stuck between a rock and a hard place here, Oscar. You've got to make a decision, chap. Because otherwise, Lando's going to steal your lunch money. And if you are going to come and pit with 23 laps left, don't leave it with 10 laps for you to make the tyre offset work. You're going to need at least 15, 16 laps. You've got to make a decision soon, eh? Lando going to take it without safety car, true. Lando for the win. It looks like it. Benzie all of a sudden, right? The strategy playing them, they're hard compound tyres. That looked like it was a daft decision in the first instance. Kept him out too late. Looks like it might be genius. Oscar is cut. Why didn't they give Oscar hards? I don't think that looked like the modus operandi of a strategy, being honest. Look at everybody else. Everybody else is on mediums. Politics. Oscar Piastri. There we go. There's an Oscar Piastri. But he's only lapping 1/10 quicker. That's not we can call sabotage of Oscar Piastri all we want, right? But it looks like the modus operandi. We can do Monday morning quarterback stuff. But it looks like the modus operandi, the line of least resistance, the quickest way, lights to flag, was mediums. Otherwise, no one else would have gone on the mediums. It's only Lando and Hadjar that have taken a risk and gone on tards. Medium tyre is degrading. Look at this. So he's going to have to pit now soon. Is Oscar, and he's going to come out into traffic. I think Oscar should try. He's loose managing and struggling with where. Loose will be struggling with where right now, I think. The mediums are falling off. I think Lando has the whip hand, Clive. Oscar push and pit for a medium again. But I mean, look how much he's got to... So a pit, what's that, 20 seconds? 20-something seconds. He's going to come out behind Max. He can't... It's weird because he wants to pit now so that he can use the tyre offset. But if he pits now, he's going to come out behind everybody else. So he's got to pray that everybody else is long. I don't think he pits. He can't pit and come out behind the rest. He's got to just wait it out, hasn't he? If Max and Charles don't pit, then what's the point? And George can't come out behind those pods because he won't be able to overtake them. And if he is going to overtake them, it's going to take too much out of his tyres. So Oscar, I think, his hand is forced and he may as well just stay out because he's going to lose anyway. Antoine Hubert's mum. Bless. Antoine Hubert's mum alongside Pierre Gasly's mum. That's lovely, that. That's lovely. Oscar needs to pit around lap 33. But he still can't pit. He's got to wait. See what I mean, JP? If he pits lap 33 and comes out behind Max Verstappen. Do you know what I mean? His decision to stay out is made for him. I think even if he stays out and then like his tyres fall off, I think he's got a better probability of winning the race than coming out, pitting and coming out behind Max. It's just not as it makes no sense, right? His hand is forced. So remember, because it started wet as well, they don't need to use 2 compound tyres. That's smart from Lando's guys. I think that is really, really smart. Go on then. I'm just looking at... So go on. Pit time loss. 18.5 seconds under safety car. Sorry, 11 seconds under safety car. Green flag, you lose 18.5 seconds. It's going to get tech here. So go on, and if Oscar was to come in and pit now, he'd slot him behind Leclerc. What's the point? Not going to be able to overtake Charles Leclerc. So I would contend that he may as well stay out. Stay out, try and run the mediums long, make your car super wide. Because if you pit before Charles, say Charles pits now, then that opens up a different story, right? But so long as Charles Leclerc stays out, then Oscar's got no reason to pit because he's going to pit and YBS race. It's not been that bad, Dwight. Behave yourself. Oscar has a 19-second gap to Max, but it's not Max, is it, though? It's Charles. Because if he comes out and he ends up in the dirty area of Charles, then, in the words of Kobe, job finished. He's not going to win the race. Lando knows fastest lap. I think Oscar's best bet is to manage that 8-second gap down and just drive like as slow and conservative as he can. Do like Max Verstappen did in COTA 2021, right? He's got to pull something out the back. I hope Oscar's got the mental wherewithal to figure this out in the car. I'm not sure that he has. That would be God tier. He's got to ask, who's 18? If I pit now, who do I come out behind? If the question is not Lando Norris, then the answer, as far as Oscar Piastri's over the next 19 laps, is to stay. Just stay out, mate. You're competing for first place, not second or third. Do you know what I mean? Competing for first. Stay out, Oscar. That's your answer, chap. Or get a safety car. That would be perfect, Easy G. Easy G, your boy has the whip hand here, Lando. All of a sudden, are we going to just ignore how badly Mercedes is struggling all of a sudden, Neil? I don't know what's going on with them. I think the setup is bonkers. Although, look at George, though. They say he's not the leader, you know. Imagine. Not the leader. And then all of a sudden, look at that. Outperforming the car as per usual, season to date. It seems Oscar wants to build a gap. No, he can't build a gap. Build a gap to who? If he comes out on the assumption that Charles Leclerc doesn't pit, Charles Leclerc's probably going to pit again. Charles Leclerc pits, then Oscar may as well roll the dice, right? But if Charles Leclerc does not pit, he's bound by whatever Charles does. No gaining. I think he needs to manage Kaiori. That's how I work it out. My very noddy B-spec F1. I feel like I should be Hannah Schmitz over here. Do you know what I mean? It's just, this is F1 chess, not checkers. Do you know what I mean? And I've played a few games of the King's game in my life. This is simple. As the size are going off, he might be able to work something. He's got to use that gap. He's got to use the 9-second gap over there. So go on, then 9 seconds over the next 19 laps. That means if Oscar stays out, Oscar can afford to give away 0.5 a lap. Do you know what I mean? He can afford to manage here. 9 seconds. Yeah, no, he can manage. I think Oscar stays out, you know. Unless Charles Leclerc comes in. I think that's the truth. I think it answers itself. Lando Norris error. 9 seconds. Were you even watching the race? You must have made a mistake. No, I'm looking at the numbers. Friend of the channel, Peter D. Windsor, always destroys me for that. Watch the race, Cameron. He's going to pit. He's pushing to build a gap now, Andrew. Shouldn't pit. Pit and come out behind Charles. Well, just give the race to Lando, then, eh? I just think this is basics. If they pit Oscar and have him come out behind Charles, I think that'd be the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my life. Being honest, I'd love to hear Mark Webber over the thing and just say, you know what, Oscar, manage Max Verstappen, COTA, manage for tyres. Very cute. Go on then, Kimmy. Mind yourself, mate. Don't crash. Don't hate that from Kimmy. Fight 14th. 0 pit. 100%, Christopher. 0 pitting in set. The second that Charles Leclerc comes, we can have a conversation about Oscar pitting or nah. Before Oscar, oh, maybe he's trying to build a gap to Oscar. Touch and go though, mate. 18.5 seconds. Sabotage. If McLaren pit Oscar and he comes out behind Charles. Lando track limits, let's go. What a boring, really, Joran. I think it could have been made more exciting had Max been able to jump Leclerc, or if we're playing hypothetical games, had Max out-qualified Charles. Because then you see Charles putting pressure on Lando and Oscar. Lando would have been able to come out. Lando probably would have come out behind Max. That would have been chaos. And then what? Oh no, Dwight, you don't fancy this? I like it. I think I'm going to confess my sins. I think because there's stakes. I don't know if I dialed off now. I wouldn't know who's going to. I couldn't guarantee you who's going to win this race, and that for me, that's I just need a reason to watch. 800 of you concurrently watching. Do me a favor and smash the like. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Die Embers. We're about to run third base. 16 laps left on the docket. They're all managing by the looks of it. Cam, are you going to give Charles credit for holding off? I think we already did, JP, to be fair. Didn't I? If I recall correctly, mate. I think already. What more do you want me to say, JP? Do you want me to... what do you want me to say? Do you want me to anoint him the greatest? It's done all right, chap. Struggled in the early running, managed to keep Max behind him. As we said at the time, in real time, that he's done quite well there. But do you know what I mean? I'm not going to want me to polish his race beats for him, JP. Like, what do we do? Every race has a lull. So it's true, Kyori. Kyori, you're a grizzled F1 vet. Do you know what I mean? More experience in these things than me. It's never ever, unless it's 2021, every second of every race can't be gangbusters as Lando Norris goes purple on a 45.9. Don't hate that. 46, isn't it? Racing gods. Or rain gods even. Where are you? Yeah, Max Verstappen wasn't too bad in the work, was he, earlier on? Delta between the top two in Piastri and Norris. So go on, 17.8 seconds is the delta. The quantum that matters between Oscar and Charles Leclerc. Oh, here we go. Oscar being advised. You see this, chat? Oscar being advised that the tyres look good. Oscar has to go long here. So go on, 8.5 seconds to the delta with 16 laps remaining, meaning therefore Lando would have to do he's got to do more than 0.5 a second, right, per lap if he's to catch and pass Colapinto in the pits from mediums. Some of them are going to start to pit soon, aren't they? Let's have a gander here. Let me have a look at my... 600 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour. I mean, we must be able to get up to 400 likes, surely, for this mammoth marathon of a stream. Go on then, let's have a look at these. Oh, the strategy thing is out the window, isn't it? Mediums. How many laps are these mediums good for? Ordinarily 22 laps. How long has Oscar been out on these tyres? 22 laps. Oh, that's cap, please. No. Nothing's working. Can these get top 5? I don't think so. It's all become stasis now, right? It'll do well to make top 5, but it'll need something. Because look how far down the road George is, and George is quick in set to 1, set to 3, remember. But he's in DRS per Crofty. Let's see if Oscar can pull it off. Can Oscar do a Kota? Go on then, we need to get a poll out, don't we, to this, because this is important now. Who you got? Who have you got? That 8% of you thought at the time that Oscar Piastri would win. 25% of you Lando. 28% of you Oscar at Max even. Go on, how about now though? The beauty of a mind is the ability to change it on being presented by new evidence. Let me know then, who have you got? Race win. Tell me. I've got an inkling. I think I know who's going to smash it, but it depends on the strategy, doesn't it? ECG, let me know who you got. Sans subjectivity. Are you backing your guy? Lawson looking good. I know he's got the car underneath him and he's got some momentum, Kyrie. Who knew that momentum was a thing in Formula One, eh? Who knew? A bit of confidence. Oh my gosh, poo on. Careful, Lando. That's an issue, that is. That might cost him ultimately. That might cost him. I think Oscar, if Oscar was undecided as to whether to stay out, that mistake from Lando, that 1 point something worth of mistake, might just make his mind up. Because I think, let's go to 400 lights. You're a lead and Chiba. I think 8 seconds, 14 laps. You're gonna need to catch Oscar at a rate of 0.6, 0.7 now. They did show Lando's mistake. Yeah, they showed it just now. Poo on, double left-hander, cheeky snap oversteer instance. Who have you got for the race win? You know, if Oscar stays out and wins this race, put some respect on my name, do you know what I mean? Called it. Although, look at that, Leclerc now 18.7 seconds adrift. It's too close, though. Why would you pit him when you know 18.5 seconds? A silly mistake, a bloody wheel, not anything could go wrong. And then Oscar ends up behind Charles Leclerc. No, you can't take that. This is risk to reward. 18-second gap from it. They can't. It's like 0.2 wiggle room. No, or 0.3, 0.4. The wiggle room's not enough. I don't think. And plus, track position is king, and there's only 14 laps left on the docket. I think Oscar can do this, man. Why would it? They never give up track position. Max's consistency behind the Ferrari is insane. Go on, and his runners and riders, it isn't. He hasn't been bad. 2 seconds adrift. It's a shame that he couldn't have got past him earlier when he had all of the pace in hand. If they pit Oscar, I'm gonna riot in the streets. I will be honest with you. I'll riot. I don't care. It's unacceptable. If they pit for Oscar with bloody 13 laps remaining, after telling him that his tyres are okay, I'm gonna riot. I don't care. Sabotage. 46.2. No sign of a drop off from Oscar. I think he'll be okay. 8 laps remaining. You got time in hand. Lando will need to catch him up at a lick of say 0.6, 0.7 and then pass him around Eau Rouge. Okay, so there's DRS, but it's still not going to be easy to pass Oscar Piastri. Nice fans saying Piastri should, but of course they are, one Hollis. But what, it's like me saying Charles should move over and let Max through. Like what? This race is coming to a boil. Joe P is indeed. Oscar made the worst mistake last year in Hungary. Oscar did. Why? Why did Oscar? You will riot, Sedan. I'm not having it. I will riot. that would be unacceptable. Go on, and 7.8. Lando is catching, but not like at a 10th. It's not quick enough. Go away, Martin Brundle, with this pit Oscar Piastri stuff. Cam one man riot. I'm rioting. Let's go, Kayori. I'm telling you, if they pit Oscar Piastri, full scorched earth on the reaction video, there will be no. Honestly, I'm almost hoping that they do. Oscar and Lando will fight in the first lap, in the last laps. Yeah, true. It'll be all right. He'll be all right. Although he now has gap in that. He's now got 1 second wiggle room if indeed he wanted to be 11 laps. Hang it out now, for Pete's sake. Go on then, McLaren. Pit Oscar with 12 laps remaining. 18 seconds. So he comes out with 10 laps remaining and 10 seconds adrift of Lando Norris. So you're going to give him 10 laps, 10 seconds. You think he's going to catch Lando at a rate of 1 second per lap? And I think Santa Claus is going to deliver my Christmas presents down the chimney this year as well. Do you know what I mean? If you believe that to be a thing, then I've got oceanfront property to sell you in Arizona. What's the point? Can't pit him 15, Darcy. They can't. They just can't. It would be outrageously stupid. You have to stay out. If they pit him now with 12 laps left, definitely rioting. Bring the pitchforks, Kyle or Sedan. That's it. It's finished. Piastri over the road. Still best thing to go to the end. Good Tom Stollard. Correct call. Lewis Hamilton overtakes. Antonelli purple sectors after having come in and pitted. Lewis Hamilton on the 46.9. 7th, I think, is his lot. Up 11 places. Got to go to the end. 0.6 of a second. It's a good shout. Now Lando will have to hurry up. Now he knows. Yeah, but it's not enough, is it, Martin? 0.6 every lap times 10. 6 seconds. It's not going to be good enough because then he'll have to overtake. Catching, lest we forget, is one thing and passing is another. Oscar demonstrating them rim rules. I know he's not been bad either, to be fair. This is the type of thing. This is a Max Verstappen S. If he holds on to it, a Max Verstappen S drive reminiscent of COTA 2021 when Lewis had the fresher tyres. And Max all of a sudden just found pace from nowhere. Unbelievable. I'll never forget that. Max can't get close to Leclerc. It's dried out. Meaning, therefore, that Scuderia Ferrari, at least in the hands of Charles Leclerc, towards the latter stages of the Grand Prix. It's a good one, isn't it? Kind of stolen it from somewhere. Luke Thomas, MMA journal, I think. It's a nasty line, that. It's too nasty for me. 700 of you watching concurrently. As you boys know, starts to run. What are we doing here? I apologise for that. Again, nasty work from Cameron. Mama Cameron will not. Lando locking up. There we go. Mr. Easy G, do you see your boy? Do you see these critical mistakes of which we speak? 8 seconds. Oscar quickest last time round. Well, not quickest, but 0.6 was the delta. It should have been 1 second. I mean, do you know what I mean? I don't want to pat myself on the back for calling it, but he's not too bad, this Cameron fella. When it goes, hire me, Ferrari. I'll sort out your strategy, I promise. No risk coming out. I know he's got another mistake. Look at that. When he's meant to be catching Oscar, because I suppose, to be fair, if we're going to defend Lando for a second, he's on hards. The hards on an easy tyre to Lando's going to be complaining about tyres. Yeah, look at that. Now he's being coached. Hasn't got it. 8.0. 9 laps left, ladies and gentlemen. Please smash that like. You're a legend, Daniel. Cooked. Seizing defeat from the jaws of victory yet again. I'm being unfortunate. I'm sick. Easy G. Norris's weakness is his mental maturity. I think he just rolled the dice. Go on, let's play. I mean, if he dialed in here, he could be pressing Oscar Piastri a lot more than he's. But was the victory there for Lando this race? Probably not. I mean, in the reaction video, never let the truth get in the way of a good story, or objectivity. It will be that Lando, but I don't think Lando's bottled it though, genuinely. Has he bottled it? I don't know. Where he bottled it was off the bloody okay. He might maybe he did. Bottled, probably not the right word. But yet another mistake from Lando Norris. Off of the start. Lewis is coming. 0.7 behind Alex Albon. Oh my gosh, be careful. Kimmy, switcheroo. Switcheroo on Kimmy. Don't hate that. Ocon with the low downforce wing. Adaptive cruise. That's really good. Oh no, mister. That's what they will say. It's brave from Kimmy, but he's too ambitious. Switcheroo. Just like Felipe, driver of the day. I mean, There is only one A deck. Let's get the vote out just in case. 740 of you watching. Can you do me a favour and smash the line? 78% of you have got Oscar. About pit Oscar for what? So he can come out behind Charles Leclerc? I don't think so. I don't think so. Doubt it, Joe. I doubt it, mate. I wouldn't. I don't think I've got the minerals to be a team principal. A kind of strategic assistant to suggest some good ideas, though. I mean, what I was saying though wasn't rocket science. It's fairly obvious, wasn't it? John Perry, OJ's done Black Mamba killer settings. Respect. He's not bad. I love the reference. Of course, John Perry is referencing the legend that was Kobe Bryant, a killer if ever you've seen one in a sports sphere. Like, he was legendary, wasn't he? I watched a Kobe quote where he was saying, I make a deal with myself that this is my program in the off season, and after that I'm not negotiating with myself. In between now and then, some days I feel tired and I won't want to do it, but I'm not negotiating with myself. I'm going to do it. I've said I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. Kobe was a different gravy, wasn't he? Altogether. Oscar's been on. Right, let's go. I'll include Max for gusto because Max hasn't. I don't know if Max is a contender for driver of the day necessarily, but as is customary. So Champions Drive from Oscar. Not necessarily in what came after lap 1, but what happened on lap 1. Just got to seize the day and be clinical. Max told to push. Let's go. 800 of you watching concurrently. We are T minus 8 laps left. 6.3 seconds. Lando's doing what he needs to do now, but it's a little bit too late. Too little, too late, right? Easy G. Vamos, Maximilian Verstappen. 21.2 is the delta between Max and race lead. 1.2 seconds is the delta between Max and Charles for the final step on the podium. I think Max will want this. I think he will want it. Your runners and riders with 7 laps remaining. Oscar leads from Norris. 6.2 seconds is the delta. Leclerc, Verstappen to Russell to Albon. Leads from Sir Lewis Hamilton. Liam Lawson, Bortoletto and Pierre Gasly. Lewis no more DRS. Yeah, we're just outside of it. He'll get it back again, but per the broadcast, Lewis is being told to lift and go. I thought, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, that Ferrari had gone to Mugello to getting 100 kilometres each per their driver to understand these cooling issues and suspension issues and steering issues, so that they need to lift and coast again and manage power. Apparently not. Still lagging, and this is the last of their upgrades, they say. Lewis et al. Are going to have to deal with this nonsense for the remaining 11 races without complaining. Almost at 50k. Error unknown. We'll get there, I promise. We'll get there. Slowly catch the monkey out. 6 seconds is the delta between Lando and Oscar Piastri. T minus 7 minutes left on 7 laps left on the docket. Charles tyres. Gonzo. Go on then. All eyes on the delta. Maximilian Verstappen within the DRS now. Let's go. Good F2 race, although they cancelled the F3 one. Interesting that how quickly the weather gods change at Spa-Francorchamps. Charles Leclerc complaining about tyres. Verstappen 1.2. Oh my God. I can have too much information. I have no information and too much information. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Too hot and too cold. Oh, let's go. Safat Daniel, which you're thinking. That's a big statement. I like the idea. Why Lewis driver of the day? He overtook some mid-drivers. I think you're hating. I know a bit about Lewis Hamilton hatred, and I think that's hating. He's been good. His first stint, well, his second stint was bonkers. And his first stint weren't too bad either, let's be honest. Leclerc's sad to see. I know he's not loving his... Did you hear the interaction between Lewis and Brian? Ricardo Adami, his race engineer, when he was like, is everything okay? Their relationship is not good. Ted Kravitz pointed it out on the notebook. It's not a good relationship between them. It's they don't blend and mesh. It's very I don't know. It's a bit weird. Oscar protecting the tyres now. Go on then. 5.0 seconds in the Delta. So look, he's going to need to do a lick of... He's going to need... Lando will need easy G, more than 1 second per lap, right? Or a big Oscar Piastri mistake. Oscar had to stay out. It was daft. Although Lando, fair play for the Queen's sacrifice. Like he had to do something. He had no chance if he was just going to do the same thing as Oscar. Sometimes you've got to roll a die. But what you can't afford to do, Lando... Off the start, each and every single line, John, you're far too kind, sir. What you can't afford to do, Lando, is lose places. Got to consolidate for a cheeky P1, just like Seb Vettel used to do. John, you're a legend. Far too kind, sir. Far, far too kind. I mean that, mate. I mean, you're going to have words, John. You're just too generous, mate. If you're a brand new member, get yourself over to the community tab. Say a cheeky thank you to John P., the legend that is Sir Perry. This stream is sponsored by JP. So John Perry, I know, Kayori, it's too much, John. You're a legend. Purple sectors from John Perry, as always. Sir John Perry, put some respect on his name. Go on then. Runners and riders with 5 laps remaining. Delta between Lando and Oscar is 4.6 seconds. I think it's done now. Barring mistakes, Oscar Piastri is going to nail it, isn't he? So go on, the gap was 8. And then it went down to 7 on the back of the sprint. 14 points will be the distance, the gap in the driver's standings at the end of this race between OJP and Lando if it ends as it stands. He said 16 points. Negative. As Crofty just got that wrong. We came into this race and it was 8 points, right? Lando won the sprint. So that you take the 8 down to 7. $14 points, mate. What's he talking about? Where did he get 16 points? Joe, explain this to me. I'm keen now. What happened in the sprint? Did Lando Norris not win the sprint from Oscar? I know he didn't. Max won it. There you go. That's why. I'm a numpty chat. What do I know? There we go. Misremembered everything. You presume incorrectly, Cameron. It will be 16 points. Fair play, Crofty. Your boy stands corrected. Came into this race weekend 8. Oscar gaps Lando to the tune of 1 point over the course of the sprint. And now you add a 7. So it's 9 as it stands. It will be an additional 7 if it finishes like this, 16 points. Oscar wins. Oh, very nearly 4, barring accidents. I'll watch your sprint stream. Frank, I'm stupid. I'm daft, aren't I? Max within attacking distance. Oof, nearly. Come from Max Glazer to Max Hater. Behave yourself, Dwight. excellence. I don't think this will be the last time that we see. I mean, joke of the day, Max Verstappen. Really, F1 hub. Holy smoke. Max didn't have the speed to get past Leclerc. Gap is at 1.2 for a while now. Come on, Oscar, hold it, says Sudan. Let's go. Oh, shoot. 3 seconds. 3.6 seconds is the delta. Lando's a day late and a dollar short. Without those mistakes from Lando, he'd be a lot closer, right? He probably still wouldn't have got it done, but this is championships have been won and lost for less. Few drops of Wayne into turn 1. Few drops of flipping Nora. Go on then. 3.4. Get moving, Oscar. ECG, your boy's still in it. If he didn't make those 2 mistakes, he would have been with him. 1.5 apiece, eh? Like, P1 was 1 point something seconds, so he'd be 2.3 now. Go, Lando. If he didn't make the mistake, well, if he wasn't so soft off the bloody start, he didn't make the mistake. It's an ifs and buts story for Lando. And this is why he's got to get the moniker of Lando 1.0. Norris, Dustin from Stranger Things, has got to maintain. It will ensue. T-3 laps. Dine Embers as we round third base. Oscar Piastri driven brilliantly. So too Sir Lewis Hamilton, driver of the day contender. Abso-flipping-lutely. 3 drops of rain. Oh, the humanity. And Oscar's the first one round, isn't he? So this is where it's going to get tacky. Oh, wow. Don't Australia it, Oscar. Don't Australia it, chap, where you made a mistake just like the one that you might be able to make. You might be about to make. Not to jinx it. Lost opportunity, Lando Cafe, says Benzi. Oh, the humanity. 3.1. Oh, Lando's flopped it. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. 1.1 second. He just loses for no reason. This is why Oscar Piastri, I'm telling you, chat. This is why Oscar is your favourite to win the championships. Absolute, just mistakes. I think he struggles with his attention span. He's too like when he's running around for long enough by himself, his attention span wavers, doesn't it? Lando's just like it did in Singapore last year, even though he was 1,000 gazillion minutes down the road from everybody else. Jack Eak's about to wave the checkered flag. Oscar Piastri, by the way, for context, only his 3rd season. He looks a lot like in that Oscar paired with that MCL 39. He looks a lot like a world champion. Eh? Lando's actually pathetic. STW. The reaction video writes itself, I'm telling you. Oh, the humanity, chat. He's just there. Nothing's ever as good as it seems or bad as it seems. And Oscar Piastri is indeed... He's the Iceman a little bit. The heir apparent to the original Iceman. Mention no names. Kimi Räikkönen. Oscar is a calm storm. Bloody Nora. Huh. Oh, the humanity. Max is done with this ish box. Oh, Lewis Hamilton, driver of the day. Yeah, it's not fair on Max this. He doesn't, is it? What's Max done to deserve this? It's a shame that his car doesn't just go DNF now so that Max could leverage a cheeky performance clause. George Russell's just down the road from him, right? 1 position. Imagine if Max Verstappen just parks it up now. Get yourself a cheeky performance clause. Lando made a few mistakes, didn't he? 2 in the final stint, or 3 in the final stint, just because of attention span. Like, what's the you can't afford to do that. You can't be doing that to Lando. That isn't Suraj Championship material. You know, when I'm reminded, when Lando says champions have all different type of personalities, I'm going to do it my way. You can do it your way. Nobody would ask any questions, Lando, if you weren't making mistakes like this in perpetuity with such frequency. Got Oscar still dialed in. Is Oscar about to do a purple lap on the final lap? Bloody look at that to make a point. 45.7. He's going to go purple, isn't he? Look at this. Oh, the humanity. He's pushing, isn't he? What's he doing that for? I don't even know if that's smart from Oscar, but he's trying to make a point. On these old tyres, I've still got a purple lap because my attention span is unwavering. 4.3 seconds is the delta between Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris as we round third base. This is your final lap of 44, round 13, the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. And I've got a feeling like Oscar Piastri is about to go purple here. 45.7 is the lap to beat. He's going to go purple. Look at this. 47.8, no. Flipping Nora. He kept something back. Wow. I appreciate you, Tony, saying that. We try. Hard was the right call. The mistakes weren't. Agreed, Prank. He had to do whatever. You know when they say box opposite? Lando's hand was forced because of the lap one. He had to do whatever Oscar didn't do to give himself a chance. But then the bloody mistakes. Flipping Nora. Lap one, Lando. The second stints, bloody mistakes at P1 cost him a second. There was another one. He's just not he's not as metronomic as an Oscar or a Max or a Sir Lewis before him. OJP, king of the curves. Brilliant drive from Oscar. Skill to be mistake free and quick. Very true. Those two skills, Kayori, aren't often cozy bedfellows, right? All too often, particularly in the case of Lando Norris 1.0, aka Dustin from Stranger Things. They don't exist in the same space. Put some respect on Charles Lane, but 100%. Nehemiah, 100%. He's not been too bad. 44 laps worth. Lewis Hamilton is 7th. He's not done too badly though. He was scintillating at points, wasn't he there, Lewis? Just dialed the clock back. Just looked incredible. Gapping all of Charles Leclerc, his own teammate. Oof. Oh, the humanity. I enjoyed that chat. I'm not even going to lie to you. It would be disingenuous for me to. Miami says the real question is if Oscar was on hard behind Lando on mediums, I think he would have caught him. I don't know whether he would have passed him. Zach Brown hugs his prodigal son. I think Zach Brown has a love affair with Ayrton Senna, right? And I think he'll be looking at Oscar Piastri with the Ayrton Senna eyes. 15-second penalty for who? Yes, 23. Wet right. I hear you too much. We got a little bit in the first stint. Bless Lando. 16 points. 16 points. Oh, Lando. There is a tax to be paid if you want to be a champion, sir. And Lando might want to have a word with himself and ask himself the question. Am I too nice? Do I need to grow some teeth? Do I need to get my elbows out? Am I prepared to pay the tax like a Nico Rosberg and sacrifice everything that I've worked for erstwhile up until that point with a view to win myself a championship of the driver's variety? Not to get into the reaction video prematurely, but like, hay fever settings, Delaney. Lando, it should be a penalty. Why? For going off track. Lewis Hamilton walks it back. Driver of the day, Sir Lewis Hamilton, donate that. He was scintillating, just siving his way through the pack like a monster. Like he was good. That was Sir Lewis Hamilton. When he's got a sniff of it, per James Allen, and he's in the mood and he's had his Weetabix and it's wet and rain, you see flashes, don't you? How does Sonoda San lose 6 play? I have no idea, chat. Right, chat. I'm going to run. You guys have been absolute legends. Been a long marathon stream, mate. I've planned to do a 12-hour one of these days, and we nearly got there, right? 1:30 till 5. 3.5 hours. What are we doing here? But you guys have been legends properly. I appreciate you. Couldn't have done it without you guys supporting me, egging me on, correcting my nonsense. Kiwis aren't Aussies. Stop talking foolishness, Cameron. You guys have been legends, and I'm grateful ad infinitum to each and every single one of you. We'll go live in a couple of minutes for a cheeky 10-minute reaction video when I dissect and digest for all of the nonsense that was the Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix, round 13. Lando Norris currently is getting gapped by Oscar Piastri to the tune of 16 points. he will get to a race victory over the next couple, I would estimate, although Lando Norris is quite good around Hungary. Alexander, purple sector, legends one and all. Benzi, you're a goat. John Perry, far too kind as always. This stream is sponsored by Sir Perry. Crackosaurus, God tier as always. You guys are legends. Jomo, moderator extraordinaire. Back in a couple of minutes with a cheeky reaction video where we dissect Easy G. Cover your ears for all of the multitudinous mistakes of the unforced variety at the altar of Lando Norris 1.0. What are we doing here?